Stream's not even live. Oh, there it is.
Hello and welcome, DBL fans.
DBL fans.
DBL. Not quite all the way pronounced, but that's okay. DPL fans, how we doing today? Go ahead and link the stream. We're doing some pick'ems here. We're back on our support a small streamer arc because I don't want to move the camera around because the pick'ems fill the whole screen. You know the vibes.
Yeah, with the whole text too next to you.
Yeah.
Personal streamer.
Anyways, link these. DPL. Yep.
I know we're a day early.
We are, yeah. Usually these are on Fridays, but somebody said he's busy on Friday. I get it though.
Yeah. You know, I got a
What's up,
train ride.
Soltech? How we doing?
Got a scenic train ride. You wouldn't get it.
Yeah. Anyways, our pick'ems have only been getting better as the season goes on. We're dialing in.
Yep.
We started off
People are
barely
starting to
positive,
listen.
right?
Yeah, I don't even think we weren't
No, we
positive
started-
the first time.
Were we positive? It felt
No.
negative.
Yeah, no, we weren't.
But then like after that we were better, and then the last week we got like 20 out of whatever.
32, that's right.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Now we're aiming for 24.
24 is the goal.
Yep, 3/4. Got this.
Nice. Anyways, do we have any intro to do here? I don't think we do. Like,
You can show the standings and see how close it is. You know,
oh yeah, those standings, right?
This is an important week for like 5 teams.
Yes. So I think Balio's out, right? But
Yeah,
1 point versus 4 next up.
Yeah.
That's a little bit rough, but these guys can all still make it, right? 4 points is still competitive. Like if you win the last 2 weeks, you're like guaranteed in.
Yeah, actually, Dino controls their own fate. If they win both series, they're automatically in.
Oh, that's actually
because
cool.
we played Toe and Slime.
Oh yeah.
So we would
can
have
pass
more.
both of them.
Yeah, we would have more series wins than them.
True.
Slime needs to win. Slime's kind of the same way. They need to beat, you guys. And then if they beat us, they have a really good chance. It's not guaranteed, but it's pretty much in, yeah.
Yeah, unless like Toe and DUI both match their points or better, right?
Yeah, because they play. Toe plays us, and I forget who they played last week. But Toe obviously has a bit easier. They just have to win 1, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think Pardon is now locked in with 8 points. Like, that seems about right.
They need a tie, actually. Like, they're technically not guaranteed in, no. Because, again, they only have 3 series wins.
They play Balio week 7, so I think they're locked. You know what I mean? In the real world, I think that's a lock.
It should be, yeah.
ZFG versus Slime this week. We have the opportunity to kind of shut the door on them. So that'll be interesting. DUI and Pardon the Eruption both have their Balio game left to go. DUI is this week, Pardon is next week.
Oh, okay.
So you expect DUI, ZFG, and Pardon to take 3 of the slots, and then the rest of these guys are looking for that 4th slot. Right now, Trick of Eye is ahead by 2 points, but that lead can evaporate pretty quickly in the next few weeks, so it's going to be epic to see.
Yeah, because they only have 2 series wins. That's the big thing, and 2 ties.
Who does Scralpers play? They're playing
you guys.
Pardon into ZFG. Ooh, that's rough. That's rough for them.
So
they're
they
gonna
need
have
a
to
lot
really
to go right.
up.
I mean, technically, you guys can get knocked out if you lose both, but I don't know. Anyways,
week 6, right? Boom.
Yeah. Boom.
Boom, boom, pow.
That's right.
Suppose we can start now.
All right, sounds good.
So we have DUI versus Balio World Tour. The designated bye team so far, low-key.
Okay, but it's actually dangerous because I feel like when teams are like out like this, they will just bring stuff that like you don't like think is like
they'll never prep for Spec Sarud.
Yeah, like okay, not like that, but like you get me.
Nah.
Like it's not like standard stuff. So they could get a couple wins. Surprisingly, you never know, or they can get smashed. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the whole narrative of I'm not trying tends to lead to less game wins, not more. But we'll see, right?
We'll see. We'll see.
Can't wait for these pick'ems to go under 500. Nah, TSP, we're only going up from here.
Yeah, I don't know which pick'ems you're talking about,
Yeah.
bud.
Our last week was like 65% around there, so
Yeah. Yeah.
take that.
Anyways,
What's up, Hunky? How we doing?
big
Okay,
hunky.
Panda versus Kyle. Wow.
Okay.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm
What?
gonna take the main dock and put it on my other monitor so I can check the records of people going into these games.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, so let's see. Panda's 3-2, and Kyle is. Hold on, let me scroll. Oh my god, I have to
I
keep scrolling.
think he's
Did
two
I
and
miss
three.
him? Yeah, 2-3. Okay, I
Okay.
just missed him. But
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
All right, so pretty even matchup
Yeah, this is
wise
a
or record
team.
wise.
I think both teams made pretty big mid-season changes for these drafts.
Right.
Point seven
Well,
fifty or better? Yo. That might be out of reach for guys like us, but
that's 24. That's our goal.
yeah,
750.
yeah. We'll see.
Um. So I don't know if Kyle watches these pick'ems, but week 4 we recommended Wagon Fruit
Hmm.
to bring a specific Terra type Torn into this team. We will state it again. It is Terra Ground. I forget which Terra type he brought. I think it was like
Like poison or something? Something bad.
I don't I don't remember. Yeah, and he ended up losing in the quote unquote unlosable matchup. So I think Terra Ground Torn automatically puts Kyle at an advantage here.
Someone at Kyle, tell him to bring Terra Ground Torn, and then he'll just win. I promise.
Yeah.
Like,
um, you know, big threats like Darkrai and Tusk. I think Kyle actually has decent checks with Tinka plus Tinglu for Darkrai.
hmm
Um,
The Tusk is maybe
Tusk,
another story,
yeah,
right? Nothing
Tusk
really
on the
walls
other
that
hand,
guy. They
like
brought Terra Water. Yeah, exactly.
they could bring Rotom in for Tusk. I guess it does wall bolt stab, but could run rock coverage. I guess if it really wants to. I don't know if it will.
I mean, it probably just runs Ice Spinner, right, to cover Rotom and Bramblegast. It's like a pretty
Yeah,
simple thing. Which, by the
yeah.
way,
I
it
don't
will
think
do like 80% to Bramblegast on the Switch at least. If
no.
it's
Yeah,
like
Bramble
booster,
doesn't
it'll
count.
die. Like,
Yeah, no, it's got to be
on
Rotom
Red.
if anything, unless he wants to bring the Torn for Tusk. But I wouldn't do that ever here. Um, Even he might actually need like defensive Tusk for Gouge, right? Because look at Gouging Fire; it's really strong here.
I think he'd
Actually,
rather just be like Scarf or Balloon Glamora, right?
for Gouge,
Yeah.
could be, yeah. I was
Is it
thinking probably just
slower?
like
It's slower, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Like barely. So maybe just Balloon, right, and use it to check it.
yeah. I can see that.
An Avalok
Like
Hisui I
it's
see on my screen? Yes, it is. That's the goat.
that's a Terra. That's a Terra target this game.
Hmm.
Um, Burp doesn't really do anything. Enam,
Tinkaton
hmm.
Muck.
Yeah, I guess the Cerulege could be like the winner for Panda's team. Cerulege is always kind of a pain.
I mean, you're having to get through Keldeo, which is kind of rough for it. Maybe with the right Terra type, it can do that. Like, you Terra specifically for Keldeo. But then, like, I don't know, you can't Terra for Keldeo. Like, one of the stabs is going to be good into you.
Yeah, I was thinking probably just Ghost on Cerulege, right? Like you can still muscle down Tinglu if you have Bitter Blade or CC or something. And there's no other
Maybe.
switch. There's like no other switch literally. So I'd
So what are we
probably run
thinking
Ghost.
here?
But I still think Kyle's team is definitely favored here. Kyle's a good player. I would go Kyle.
I think it's probably fair. The Tusk could definitely solo, like in a late
Yeah,
game.
it's a Tusk. Yeah.
We'll see.
So, but I mean, he does have things faster that one shot it. So
Yeah, quote unquote one shot, etc., etc. Maybe a Scarf Keldeo, maybe. Because Scarf Keldeo versus Darkrai seems pretty reasonable. Faster than Booster
yeah,
Crown. Like,
yeah, or Vacuum Wave. But yeah,
yeah, maybe if it's me, I actually bring Scarf Keldeo here. Looks really strong. Yeah.
what's the water resist?
Serp.
Serp.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, you could run like Choice Keldeo very comfortably here. It probably might be like a Terra Grass Ledge for that with like Flash
It
Fire
could
for
be.
Gouge. That seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you're still getting
Just
like
weak
torned.
to torn now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Why is
what
this not
happened?
centered?
Hold on. I can fix her. There we go.
There you go. Insane.
Alright, going for Kyle. Balio off to a
Yeah.
strong start as usual.
Let's go.
Alright, Blitz versus Soggy Doggy Sage.
Blitz.
Another Glamora, another day.
Okay, again, torn.
Another Gouging
Maybe torn is
Fire.
just, dude. Maybe torn is just broken. I don't
Maybe,
know.
yeah.
But the one torn resist is just a Metagross. Again, doesn't really
Yeah.
count.
There's a bunch of different
So
tears you could be for Metagross. Like, you're not limited.
yeah, he can literally just be flying if he wants. Like you're still gonna do
Yeah.
a lot to Metagross.
I think
Could
flying
be a
has kind
defensive
of
one.
fallen out of favor like a lot recently. Like, sure, it's strong,
Yeah.
but you're gonna miss. You know what I mean?
Well, you can run a Terra Blast. That's the kind of benefit to it.
Yeah, and then
you
like,
want.
what's the point, right? Because your Terra Blasting is basically the same power as Hurricane. It's like almost exactly the same. So, at that point,
Yeah,
may as well just be something else, right?
that's true. That's true.
Or just hit your canes, right? F it, we ball.
Hmm.
You could definitely run like a defensive Torn with Foul Play for Metagross, because that's going to do a whole lot of damage no matter what. You could even be like Terra Dark Foul Play, which honestly, I might run here, because that lets the Gouging Fire not set up on you. The Metagross is getting clean to it KO'd, and then you still have like Terra Dark as a defensive typing versus Darkrai. It's like pretty reasonable, and it's like neutral into everything except Enam, which you have Crown Glamora. Like, that's pretty good still.
Yeah. Yeah, if they're not using Torn for Darkrai, they kind of have to rely on Conkeldurr, right? Nothing else can really beat Darkrai. So,
Yeah. I mean,
um,
Darkrai, I mean, Conk is pretty good into it, but you might need to be AV. Maybe you Terra your Conk, honestly.
yeah, I mean, I think Darkrai should run Psyshock here, though, anyway.
So,
So,
Psyshock, I think Psychic is better.
well, if
Just
it's
for the
like
Conk.
AV Conk,
I mean,
right?
Conk does have naturally great physical defense, so I'd rather just, you know, either knock off the AV into Psychic, or just Psychic is probably going to be stronger anyways, let's be real.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
How are the hazard control? They got spin with no ghost. They have what? Defog, immortal spin.
Seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah, the Enam looks. I mean, the Enams can always be revenge right meow, which is good. So
OMG, OG Albino with the 5 gifties. Shout out to
5
Keldeo.
gifties. Shout out to Keldeo.
Thank you, thank you.
Wow, I didn't get one. The frig.
With the H?
What the hell?
Oh my god,
What the helly?
27 members now. Yeah, we gotta do some
Holy
like
crap.
emotes in my server. I gotta supporting a small streamer. Yeah, appreciate that. It is the Keldeo redemption. Well, redemption like makes it feel like Keldeo fell off.
It did.
No. He's been him for years.
I'm telling you, you gotta do the choke emote. The good one.
So we need a Keldeo emote for sure. And then if you have any more ideas for like emotes, just go ahead and send it in my Discord, content suggestion channel. We got some emote slots to use up, but yeah. I think my favorite so far is the J. Ricky Citrus Berry. I actually use that one all the time. But yeah. He redeemed his paycheck. Yep. Right, but anyways, Blitz versus Sage.
I think Blitz has the matchup here because like Gouge is checked by like Landorus. Enam, like they can kind of use Crown to help with it a little bit, and you always can revenge. I don't even know what Terra Enam goes here. Like nothing really sticks out.
Yeah.
Like
It could be like,
go ground. I don't know, but you're just revenged anyway. Like
if it's me, I'm like probably Terra Fairy.
Fairy.
Because I want to get
Just-
the 2-hit KO on stuff like Belly Bolt, do a lot of damage to Iron Crown. I don't want to be Choice though. I want to big Moonblast into Earth Power coverage. And if it's 80
Yeah.
Crown, sure, it'll get weakened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could also be Defiant, or not Defiant, but Contrary Superpower, because the Intim is going to help you out there.
Yeah, I think the Torn might go Assault Vest though here too, right? Because it could be like just a solid check to a lot of
Yeah, it's a possibility. So maybe
Threats.
physical EM is like reasonable here. I don't
Yeah.
know. You're risking static on superpowers. Glimmer is gonna proc the debris. You do get through AV Crown though, which is like a big deal. Like superpower, maybe Terra Blast, super effective on Crown. I don't know. Maybe
I
ground.
don't know.
But then you're like Flower Trick Revenged. Like I don't know. There's no fantastic catch-all set. But I think I'm gonna go to Blitz.
Yeah, me too. Makes sense.
Right. Agent Flame versus 3 Dimensions. Right. Iron
Lane coming off
Valiant,
a
Zarude,
strong 1-0. Wait, we didn't say their records. Darn.
Drat.
Lane is 1-0 though. He just won his first game. 3D just beat me. Luck, whatever.
Yeah, typical.
So.
Yep.
Yeah,
Why your face is small all of a sudden? I miss your big face cam. Gotta support a small streamer. No, it's because I don't want to move my cam around because it's gonna cover up some of the matchups. But yeah.
Yay.
Interesting.
Zarude is gonna go
Gliscor
crazy,
into Lando T is always nice for the Gliscor user. There is court change though, so you don't really take advantage by stacking spikes. Probably gonna be an SD Gliscor for that reason.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
SD Gliscor looks so fucking good here. Like, oh my god. Like you run faster than gold, and like what beats you?
Well,
This is a Gliscor 6-0. Look at this.
what do you think? Like Terra normal or what?
Could be Terra normal. It could be any number of Terras is the thing.
Maybe there's trick potential. There's
see-
like encore potential.
I could see Terra Dark, you know, with knockoff getting boosted.
So that means they're not tearing their Hydrapple then.
Then you'd be weak to Conk. You know, dual wing beat knockoff just kills everything. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gliscor's winning. Okay, and that's like a 1v8 right now, and it still wins, low-key.
Well, if it's a Terra that's weak to Mach Punch, that is.
Yeah, but it's also
something.
Gliscor, so Mach is doing like
That's true.
40. And dual wing beats killing at +2. I don't know. How are the hazards looking? You have webs, but court change, right? You never want to bring webs into court change.
Yeah, they don't have.
It's just so scary because you don't remove yourself really. Like Hitmontop Glamora, come on, physical dango. You can't really risk the court change here. Unless you're
I think he's gonna have to win
Boots,
with
Weavile, Boots, Valiant. Maybe. And you try to mirror the webs after the court change. I don't know though. Seems like
I just think the standard bulk up,
errand.
the bulk up Trailblazer root set can just simply win this one. Right?
There's a Hydrapple, which is like a pretty strong check to it.
Well, I think he's gonna go poison Zarude. I think.
And that's fine, honestly. Right? If I see poison Zarude, I'm not actually that worried about it as Ancient Flame, right?
Well, how do you kill it? It's really just Gliscor, but you're gonna assume you're boosted before the Gliscor comes in.
Okay, if Zarude is +1 million before Gliscor comes in, sure, it can beat it.
Not 1 million, but like even just +1/+1.
Okay, buddy. I get the vision. Yeah.
Like I feel like Zarude, like he has to kind of Zarude can like Latios do anything? I don't really know. Like there's a Jirachi Weavile.
Yeah,
so...
it's kind of rough.
Gliscor can come in on land. I guess Lander should really run taunt here if you're scared of Gliscor.
But Gliscor could just be faster than Lando. Like I think it should be fast here.
It should, yeah. I agree. Yeah, maybe like a Scarf Golden Go to like do a lot of damage to it. Like you gotta have something to do a lot of damage to it. Scarf Lati, or potentially like one of them have Trick for the Gliscor. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe if it's me, it's like Specs Latios.
Yeah,
and then you try to like Shadow Ball the Jirachi once, and then you can start collecting with Dracos, because you're not going to go hard Valiant on it. It's like pretty risky.
Yeah. Vileplume, gotta watch out for Vileplume though, holy shit.
Yeah, Sunny Day.
Grass plus
Sunny
Leather
Day.
Ball on this team.
So fire.
It's probably going to come for Valiant anyway, if it's defensive plus Hydrapple. But
yeah, it depends on if you want to use like a defensive gold, or if you want to actually just bring the Vileplume. Or maybe even like an AV Lando. AV Lando can check Valiant pretty well.
Yeah, until it's freaking Ice Punch. SD Ice Punch.
Okay. It
Knock
could
off
be.
Ice Punch
It could
CC,
be.
literally.
Yeah, actually, it could be.
Yeah. That's actually what I had on my builder before I changed the team up. It was literally SD, CC Ice Punch knockoff.
Kind of epic,
So,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
So who we predding?
I think we could go with Flame just for Gliscor.
Yeah.
Epicness. If we see Hydrapple though, then Gliscor's probably not gonna win.
I don't know. The base typing's still decent, right?
Yeah.
I think you
It
could
is.
just go like Terra, Anti-Zarude on the Hydrapple, get a Dragon Tail
Yeah.
on there, just to prevent
Yeah.
any like BS.
Yeah, there's no way it goes Fairy here,
Mhm.
so.
Unless. Nah.
Okay.
All right, 100p versus Olivia.
Good
100p.
matchup, good matchup.
Alright, moving on. I'm
He's
kidding.
he's kidding.
Yeah,
Okay.
unless I don't know.
Let's
100p
see.
4-1 on the record sheet. Olivia
Olivia coming off
1
a
and 1.
stomping,
Yep.
like as in she stomped. So
Mhm. True.
okay. Coco, but the ground is Garchomp. That's actually solid for Oh, just kidding. There's a Palossand.
Shout out to
Just kidding.
Palossand the goat.
A goat. It's like fucking goat. Coco
Yeah.
check. Okay.
Melimel into Scizor Zapdos and Rusting
sucks.
Garchomp and Gyarados. Oh my god. He's cooked.
Well, I guess Grimmsnarl can check Lottie, huh?
Mhm.
Mm,
Latios into Grimmsnarl, Scizor. It's just so bad. Maybe
maybe the
Savali
Savali can do something. Yeah. I was gonna say maybe like Terra Electric or Terra.
what Terra is the
electric typing.
Savali gonna be? Yeah.
I could see like with Flame Charge SD. Or no. It'd probably be special here because it needs like Ice Beam and shit.
I mean, the Zapdos is surely gonna be toxic here. I mean, just look at the team. It has to be toxic Zapdos. There's like no other set that's good.
Yeah, makes sense. This is tough. Where does Olivia have for their threat? So, like, what's the Garchomp play?
Using Deep Seek for this one, need to pull out the big guns. I get it.
I mean,
You know
yeah,
what
I
can
don't know.
win?
What?
Rhyperior,
Executor?
maybe? I don't
No.
know. Because, like,
There's
Rhyperior's pretty
bullet
strong into all
punch.
these guys.
So what would you even run? Like Rock Polish?
I don't know. I just think it looks good here. You know, I'm trying to find the silver lining. Because so far it looks like Olivia's just getting cooked.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's a good matchup.
I'm just gonna pred 100.
Sure, yeah.
I don't even know what Olivia's supposed to even bring here. Like, it's just
Excuse
Joe.
me. I think the Coco can maybe do something. Like Palossand will still take a good chunk if it has Grass Knot.
Yeah, Coco is like the big threat. Like,
Yeah.
but it has to get through so much before it starts actually claiming. Then even
Yeah.
then, there's like Nihilego, which could be Scarf, Scizor Bullet Punch if it gets weakened. Zapdos is still gonna take not too much damage if it's bulky, like Spadef. Yeah, and Garchomp
Yeah.
could be Scarf, could be Roselli. There's so many roadblocks for it. Alright,
True.
iPro versus Tidal.
Okay, the classic Zera Zygarde team.
Yeah, I mean Zera looks good as usual. Just Bolt Beam all you need.
Zera?
Yeah, Zeraora.
You said Bolt Beam? It gets Ice Beam?
Are you dumb?
That's what you said,
Read
didn't
between
it?
the lines. T-Bolt HP Ice.
Nope, you said
Bolt
Bolt
Beam
Beam.
coverage, yes, that's what it's called. Electric Ice. Yep.
Sure. I can see that. Zygarde, I mean, there's Tangela
Now, do you bring Z Electric to get the nuke into stuff like Mew? Because, like, Z T-Bolt
That's-
into Rain, kind of broken, right? And HP Ice should be enough for the Garchomp and the Tangela. I think
Yeah, he
Tangela,
might
you
not-
can just call Mind on it for free, low-key.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tangela, I think, should come here for sure.
But, like, Earthquake
Um,
Tangela, it's gonna do, like, 40 to Zeraora.
Yeah, I mean, I think a defensive Coco has to come here, so it might not even be like terrain, because it kind of has to check the Pidgey out, right?
Yeah, kind of.
So I would probably just bring defensive, maybe like Toxic or something, Coco with no terrain to help not boost their aura,
That sounds
honestly.
like trolling for sure, but
I
yeah,
mean,
maybe.
like, there's a Nidoqueen anyway, and there's a Nidoking or Nidoqueen plus their aura. Like, you're really gonna like want your electric attacks boosted? Like, I don't think
Maybe
it's
not, yeah.
necessary.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, but Zera Pidge
Yeah,
is
you're gonna look
definitely.
real silly when the Feeny lives a T-Bolt. Yep.
Oh my God. Okay, well, Feeney is not coming in until Keldeo hits the field, because then Keldeo picks if Feeney is dead. So,
Okay. Yeah, sure.
um, the Mew could probably do something here, right? What the hell's Bronzong gonna do?
Does the Mew have to be the Zygarde check? No, because you have Tangela Skarmory. It's
Tangela
fine.
Skarm is fine, yeah. Yeah, I think Title's gonna have to win with Mew here. I don't know what set though, to be honest. Mewsy,
Um,
probably. To stop E-Speed and all that.
is there a double dance coverage that works?
Psychic, literally just Psychic into something for zone. It's everything.
Yeah, Psychic Resist are actually poverty.
Yeah.
So maybe like yeah, Psychic plus Fire Blasts, but no.
Yeah, I mean, with Munium Z, like, it's actually pretty hard for them
Yeah.
to deal with that, so. It can't be, what would it be, like, agility plot or something?
I think Agility Calm Mind makes more sense because most of this team is special. So you can Calm Mind on a lot of these guys. Like you Agility on a switch on something maybe, and then you
Hmm.
Calm Mind in front of like Feeny or maybe even the Zong you could.
Yeah. No, for sure, yeah. Song might carry. I don't know if I'll
See him
carry
in front of
Toxic, actually.
Pidgeot, see him in front of Zeraora Loki.
I feel like the Pidgeot's gonna run Toxic here to catch Coco, right? It should.
I mean, an interesting thing is iPro has loved to spam T-Spikes, even with like the Feeny mirror last week. So I don't think Drapion's too likely to come, so I think he might slot T-Spikes on Nidoqueen is the thing. Because you really need
Okay.
Tangela, and who else is getting benched? Not these guys, right?
Mm, it's probably Drapion. I guess they could run, like, T-Fog or something if they're scared of T-Spike, but yeah.
Yeah, that's still like favored for iPro, I think.
Mm-hmm. We just get in Zero Aura then, or whatever.
Hmm.
Or even, like, Nidoqueen on Skarm instead of Epic.
Yeah, it's like pretty
Yeah.
fair. I think I'm gonna pred iPro.
Sure.
I know, hot take, right?
I know, yeah.
Alright, J-Scarf versus Professor Chipboard. Alright,
We got
J-Scarf
a
currently
Chomp Mirror.
3-2, and Chipboard is like 1-4.
No way, really?
Yeah, and his one win
Oh,
was
dang.
me. Tough. Yeah, because I choked last turn.
Oh,
No.
yeah, with the
Yeah.
whole, yeah.
But anyways,
Okay, so we got a Chomp Mirror.
young Garchomp
Mm,
chomping for the bread.
Starmie Mirror, too. Aerodactyl looks pretty solid, if you just ignore the Skarm.
You know what's
But
gonna
Skarm
happen? Florges is gonna find some way to win this game. Trust.
with a Roselia Scizor Heatran? Yeah,
Yep.
maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Mm,
When I mocked with this team, I was like, it was against Gypsy King, and I was like, man, Florges looks horrible here. I'm just gonna bring it and win with Calm Mind Aromatherapy. You know, Max
yeah.
Defense, the only Florges set ever, and I just like did not lose a single mock. Just always CM sweep end
Jeez.
game. It never
Yeah.
matters what Florges is against. It just wins everything. I don't know, man.
I could see the Mega Bombasome coming, right? Because, like, Shard is pretty solid here. You probably live a Bullet Punch fight, I guess, with HP Fire.
Oh, easily, yeah.
And then Earthquake or something. Like, I don't know. I think Abomasome's Ice Shard's pretty valuable here.
It is, yeah, versus Garchomp Arrow. You do want the shard.
Yeah. How are the hazards? I mean, they both have spin, so.
Yeah, here I'm definitely joking about the Florges, by the way, but like, I do think that mon's
Yeah.
like low-key legit as a win
Yeah.
condition.
Look at DC is actually pretty tough for them to switch into. It's just these two from Infernape.
I mean, you only have Starmie, which is like low-key one of the better Infernape answers, but you U-turn on that one time, it's
Yeah.
Joe.
I mean, even if you just force a recover, like, that's still
Yeah.
fine too. So you just go zap after whatever.
Mhm. No. Use
Mm,
CC, force recover, then you go into your choice banded Skarmory, and then you banded pursued it. Yep.
oh
Let me know.
shit. And then you get skull burned on the pursuit.
Let me know. Let
Yeah.
me know. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, I like J Skirf's matchup here a little bit more. I mean, it's not like I think it's close. Like I said, Arrow
The
looks pretty strong with
I think the
Skarmory.
arrow
If he
has
gets
to
like
be
a
taunt. Is the
yeah, I was
thing.
gonna
If he
say
gets the
if
taunt
he
turn
gets a
versus
taunt.
Skarm,
Mm-hmm.
then it's looking really dangerous.
Yeah, and Skarmory doesn't get like anything for Heatran, right? Besides they couldn't Power Ground or something.
I mean,
Does
sure,
he
if
get
you
like
want to run that, it'll do 40, maybe.
that's what I'm saying. Like if he taunts the Skarm, then he could just go hard Tran. So.
Hmm.
So, but I think other than that, I mean, he can literally just run like a Charting Berry on Zapdos or something if he wants. Like,
Yeah, I think the Tran might be the best Pokemon that like Chipboard has as an advantage, right? This Chomp Mirror, Starmie Mirror, Scizor doesn't look that good. But like Tran, you Dark Pulse the Starmie with Scarf, and all of a
what about
sudden,
like a
game's opened up very easily.
what about like a BD Salic Polyrath? I'm not kidding. Like,
He's
doesn't
really
that
not
kind of own?
kidding.
Like, doesn't that kind of own? I'm not kidding. If you just ignore Mach Punch, like it looks pretty strong.
I mean, surely there's gonna be one Scarfer here, because there's an arrow. You don't want a whole team slower. So whatever Scarfer is
Well,
for the arrow, it's gonna be faster than Salic Polyrath, so
it kind of has to be Infernape, right? Like
that's
is
fine.
Chompet Scarper here? Yeah.
Is that not fine as a belly trim Polyrath check?
And then what if you're Aqua Jet on Polyrath? Does he get that?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Then all right,
I could be
fair
wrong.
enough.
It could get it, but I've never seen it run at that, so.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Okay,
I
I'll
would have
give it
seen it from a belly drum set before, if it did.
perhaps.
Are we giving it to Jay Scarfingtons?
Yeah.
He is in the chat, so
Oh, so
there's
he's
the
listening,
chat
so he's gonna
buff.
win. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Now he's gonna prep for that. Yep.
Yeah, see, he just
Yep.
realized. Alright, Jimmy G versus PZZ. Both these players
Alright.
towards the bottom of the standings. PZZ 1 and 3. Jimmy, unfortunate season so far, 0 and 4. A lot of that is not his fault. I'll be completely honest. Watching the games, he
Yeah,
has
that's
been
true.
lucked a few times.
Yeah, I feel bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, poor dude.
It is what
But
it is.
anyways,
So Landorus looks really strong.
yeah,
It's
Lando
just
looks
really
good.
Latias is the only play. You could just
Mhm.
U-turn on that if you really want to.
Yeah.
Muse not the greatest here, honestly.
Yeah, between
Like there's
Crook,
like
Lottie, Zera's
fours.
faster, Necro can blanket
Necro.
check, Escab forces
Yeah.
fire coverage, which is useless versus everything else. Like, seems a little bit rough
I
for
kind of
it.
like. Yeah, I kind of like Raikou here though. Raikou doesn't seem too bad with Scald, obviously. Mm,
I mean, do you really believe that?
yeah, I think Raikou's not bad.
Because every time we say, wow, Calm Mind Raikou kind of looks good here, it's always just screens.
I
Every
know.
single time, they just bring dual screens, Volt Switch, and we're just like, man.
Okay, low key though. Aromatisse, the two resists are down here that get owned by HP
Yeah, all the
Fire.
way at the bottom.
Oh wait, there's no hidden power ornament, but still,
Yeah.
Aromatisse still kind of goes hard. I'm not capping here. Not capping.
It's true, he's not capping.
What do they do for Zera?
So you're saying the Mew is Trick Room teleport into Specs Aromatisse, yeah?
You can literally just throw Aromatisse in versus like Crocodile and boom, get your damage.
Boom.
Yep.
He said boom.
Boom, get your damage. Not kidding.
Does Aromatisse get Draining Kiss? Because Loki Calm Mind Draining Kiss.
I have no idea.
If there's no Escavalier, how you breaking that?
PZZ, bring Escavalier.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they can do the Savali typing or something, but
Yeah.
would they be like poison here? No. They'd have to be like, I mean, even steel is like not great. So I don't know. Celesteela is kind of like whatever. It's probably going to be a leech one, right? There's no leech answer. Mm, I don't know. I feel like both teams have bad matchups. No cap.
That's kind of crazy, yeah. Do you think it has
Like
to
I don't know
be
which one's worse.
Fairy? Do you think it has to be Fairy Silvally for the Scrafty? Because low key, that guy's a demon here.
Scrafty. It could be,
Like,
yeah.
what
They
beats
could
Scrafty
just,
on that team? Be
yeah,
so
they
for
might have to
real.
bring like a defensive Stoice or something to try to like hold it off. Yeah.
But then, like, what does Stoice do back?
Just like Roar Dragon Tail, right?
Okay, you get knocked off
Yes.
like
But like
60%.
the idea is you have something else that can do a lot of damage to it and before it can set up.
A likely story.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. This Scrafty is big time.
It could be like Player of Zeraora. Other than that, though, nothing really kills that.
Yeah. And you could run T-Spike if you want to. Like there's the Poison's Gloom, so
That is true, yeah. And Escavalier's threat is like really pressured to come. Like, you're not gonna bench 2 for Gloom.
yeah. I actually don't know what Jimmy even benches here, honestly.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Jimmy G is my pick.
Go with the
Because you
Milkman.
can't be unlucky forever, right?
Well, you only had 2 more weeks to see.
Could have a Zern situation.
Oh god, yeah.
Alright, ID Cup versus Peyton.
Back in the Generation 7.
So far we're predicting a 6-1, so this is getting pretty tense.
I know. Okay, well, there's a Zapdos for the Torn. That's good for Payne.
Chomp looks good. You just run like Z Dragon, there's no fairy.
Yeah,
You just nuke Uxie.
Well, there's a... Oh, yeah, oh, I'm looking at the other team. Yeah. The resist is what, Scizor?
Yeah, which is bad into Garchomp, like literally.
Plus Zapdos, yeah. So...
Garchomp just
Zap
wins,
looks...
bruh. It just wins. It's faster than 7 Mons.
Yeah,
How is
and
that?
Weavile can outspeed the Torn, so like...
Okay. I think we're gonna predict a 6-2 here.
Yeah, we'll go to
Because, like, oh my god, that Garchomp matchup is so diabolical. And, like...
They're gonna be Fizdef Uxie, like they have to be.
Yeah, but, like, one of Garchomp or Gallade is gonna break through that, you know? And then Weavile as well on top of it. Like, Scizzor's pressured for that. And you have Steelix Zapdos to come in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just cooked.
Almost our T-Spikes, maybe?
The Tentacool.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, the
I
goat.
think so they just bring top 6. Yeah,
Yeah, actually. You could bring
Okay,
Whimsicott
makes
as
sense.
well as, like, a Zygarde check. But you don't really
Yeah.
need to, I don't think.
That's true. Yeah, because it can be defog, right?
I don't know, maybe
If they wanna-
Zygarde can do something if you don't bring this, but there's also Ice Shard. So,
Well, there's G-Speed, but yeah.
yeah, that's not killing, though, even at +1.
Yeah, they need rocks. Yeah, I'll give it a pin. Sounds good.
Alright, moving on. Dino
To the GOAT
Crisis
series.
versus Trick of Eye. Interesting, because, like, if Trick of Eye wins this series, I think they're locked for playoffs.
I think it's like a 99%. Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, like, realistically locked. But Dino Crisis, if they lose, they're out. So it's like both teams have to just have something to play for here. So it's going to be really interesting.
So we're winning.
Yep. Alright, Lax versus Joshua. This is a matchup I think a lot of people would want to see. Like, Joshua having a good season so far. Lax as well, doing pretty well. I think Lax is 3-2. Yeah, and then Joshua's 4-1. So pretty similar records here. Lax coming off of an absolute clinic last week. Joshua as well, I think, did pretty well last week. So
Yeah, Lex hasn't. He has a busy week, so he hasn't built yet. But we're gonna make sure he's got a good team going
it's
in
only
for sure.
Thursday. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a Fortress versus a Pecharunt, so useless mon. There's like double dark plus Lando though, so Pecharunt maybe like it can spin block really well, but it can't really do too much else in this matchup. Like it loses to literally everything else. Maybe backs it can beat 1v1, but like
I mean,
even G.
What are their dark types doing versus Carbink?
Okay, buddy. I mean, Urshifu does look pretty strong here, right? Because the main fighting check is like Slowking, which obviously can't take wicked blows. But expect like Terra Fairy Zarude. Like that seems like such a lock against this team. Just because their
I
Shifu matchup
mean,
is so tough.
but if they go Terra Fairies or Rude, then Petron owns that pretty much.
Okay.
So GG is a Rude.
It's not like you're lacking Petronet checks here. Like, I'm okay with weakening my Zarude into Petch. That's like really okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, this Palafin also looking kind of shiced. Maybe you just like Helmet Fortress to trade down with either Palafin or the Urshifu. Try to Volt Switch on Petch into like Lando a few times. That seems like pretty reasonable.
Yep.
Because Lando actually looks really strong here. Outspeeds, what, 6 Pokemon?
Yep.
Just clicks Earth Power and Sludge Wave and kills everything. Pretty nice.
Pretty nice. Yep.
Yeah, world's best Lando I matchup perchance. Yeah. What else here? I mean, what's their Shifu Terra gonna be?
I think there's a pretty obvious one. That's ideal, but they're probably gonna see that too.
I mean, you can just lock Terra Dark low-key.
Yeah, I mean there was just the top two, so
It's that or like Fairy, right? Because the G-King you still Wicked Blow, and you Fortress LOL. So like Fairy is pretty useful into Roaring Moon and Zarude if you want to go for that 1v1. Seems pretty reasonable.
okay, what about Terra Fire to one-shot Fortress, resist Ice Shard?
Oh my god, is this the first time in SV where L5 hasn't hated on Lando I? Might just be.
Yeah.
But like, look at it. It's pretty good here. Everything's slower. I don't know. We're going to get to the actual game and it's going to do air. I can tell.
We'll see, we'll see.
Nah,
It'll be
it'll be
benched.
good. No, Ampharos is benched and probably... Who else?
Yeah, who else? I think
That is a
everything
question,
epic besides
actually.
Ampharos.
Yeah, yeah, actually. Kind of hard.
Look at fucking Miss Meg, yes.
I feel like the Fortress is bad, but you kind of need the helmet recoil on a bunch of stuff. So it's still valuable to come. And you can, like, spike up or something.
Very true.
Because it beats Treads 1v1, at least.
Yeah.
If it's me, I would bench... Is it low-key Slowking?
Could be, yeah. I mean, Dio kind of goes crazy though. I know there's double dark, but obviously they don't get coverage for them, so
Yeah, it's kind of tough. You can't really bench anything, but you have to bench
yeah.
something. I
Just
don't know.
bring 7 months, yeah.
Yeah, maybe you bench Bax.
Yeah.
Bax is kind of revenged by a lot. But it's
Yeah.
also like, you could just DD and win. Like, I don't know. Depends on the direction Joshua wants to go for. We'll see.
True. Do they have screens? Hmm.
Screens, G-King, Chili into Bax. Thoughts?
Yep, GG.
Yep, GG.
Go next.
Alright, so we're predicting Joshua.
That's here go. I'm not predicting.
Yeah, this is your series, so it's up to me, huh?
It's up to you to get it right. Come on. We need 75%.
Yep.
No pressure.
I know, this is going to be a quick match, I think. I'm going to give it to Joshua.
Wow.
I think the Lando
hate
matchup's
continues.
good. The Zarude Roaring Moon matchups are also good. Like, it seems pretty strong. Like, the team here, like, all the speed tiers are just slightly slower than a bunch of Joshua's threats. So, I'm going to give him the edge.
Fair enough.
Alright,
Fair
Zooch versus High Jump Sean.
enough.
Pretty simple. We just go for High Jump Sean here. And then move on.
I'm gonna prove the world wrong.
Yeah.
When dinos needed me most, I was
He
there.
vanished. 100 years passed. Yeah. But anyways. Okay. You have the Ogre Pond for the Aloe, which is cool.
Yeah.
But then you can't really tear it, because then you'll lose the flip turn block. Raging Roger here. I mean, the fairy is Valiant, so... Could just drop some Dracos for free. AV Lando team, maybe. I mean, AV Lando T does make sense as well for the Lando. Yeah, I think AV Lando actually trades quite favorably versus most of Sean's team, so I would expect that to come. Ogre Pawn. Honestly, you don't even need to Terra here. Terraing is low-key worse. Unless you need to like live a Greninja hit. Other than that, I think you'd rather save your Terra for like something else. Like, the base typing on Ogre Pawn is actually just so good here. You don't weaken yourself to Thunderclap, you block Flip Turn. It makes a lot of sense. When Dino needed him most, Zooch gonna pull a Techno on Cake Takers? No, I don't know about that. Would you be like Z Porygon here? Get like the adaptability
Maybe.
boost on like T-Bolt? T-Bolt Ice Beam? Agility? Low-key? And then you resist Raging Bolt stuff? I could see it. You get the download special attack on pretty much everything. If you didn't want to go like adaptability, you could do that.
Well, I mean,
Tell me
like,
your sets, bruh. Nah. But
like
other
I
side.
think that okay. So
Ren.
real quick, so like my team has like there's like definitely some mods that have like good offensive matchups, but also so does theirs. Like if you just look
Mhm.
at like two like really good Pokemon, like it's a bit tough.
Shout out
Like
to
and every time
Greninja, right?
yes, that's one. And every time I use this freaking team, like they always tear the same type, and it's just like fuck.
Which one's that? I forgot.
Well, I mean, it's you can tell from my team. Like, come on, you're a good player.
I mean,
You just said the type of one of the Pokemon, so like,
did I? I don't know, man.
yeah,
I just
you
work
did.
here.
But you know,
I mean, they just Terra Dragon right in front of Ogre Pawn, and stuff dies.
yeah, Dragon's always good too.
Dragon T's
Resist
nuts.
Valiant and the Metagross.
Yeah, seems pretty cool. I think you will win.
You think so? I
This is
appreciate
not
that.
Glaze, not Glaze.
Appreciate that. I'll find a way,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like just like I always do.
Except for last week and the week before that and the week before that. You probably won one of those at least, right? Right?
I won the last two. I lost. I lost, won, won, lost, lost. So now I'm back on the
No.
winning streak, though.
Full Glaze. You feeling like a donut right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Moving on. Castelia versus Mustang. I mean, there's a Hydrapple. Hydrapple just runs Terra Fairy versus this, and the only check is Heatran, which is going to get Earth Powered on the Switch. Yup. Great Tusk. Walled. Actually, yeah, there's a Rotom and a Hydrapple. Yeah, you're cooked. The Keldeo matchup. Pretty reasonable. Probably going to be Fizdef Rotom Wash. Because Fizdef Rotom Wash is god into this draft. I played it with the Rotom Wash. My Tusk was Terra though, so it was way cooler.
I think this is a pretty solid matchup for Cast. I'm not lying. Besides one Pokemon.
What vision are you
still.
seeing? Because I see Mustang, and I'm like, yeah, I want that side of the matchup for sure.
Well, I can't leak, but
I know you
Castelia
can't.
Schizo sets are very epic
Well,
sometimes.
yeah, but like, you just run like Spadef Overquill, Fizdef Fairy Hydrapple.
Fizdef Fairy Hydrapple.
That's what I would be here with like Nasty Plot, Earth Power, and then like Pickle.
Potentially, yeah. Yeah.
You don't even need Giga necessarily. You could be Recover last. It's all good. Or you could be a different Terra type, right? You don't need to be Fairy.
Well, if they're not, I mean, Fairy is good for what, top 2, right?
Yeah, Moon, Tusk.
Because like, what do they do for Tusk if they're not like defensive for Hydropple?
Well,
right?
any defensive Terra on Hydropple will cover Tusk. That's not a problem. Unless you're like choice banded. But like, you could be. I mean, I thought about running choice banded Tusk versus this team quite heavily. Totally could do that. Could be Terra Ghost Hydropple with Hazard Stack. That's also a pretty strong angle. I don't know though, because Cass loves Braviary, so it's probably coming. You know what I mean? I mean, just another mon that Rotom checks, etc.
Yeah. I mean, the Rotom can also check the Tusk if they don't want to dedicate Hydropple.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
This team has played like 3 different Tusks, and they brought
Yeah.
Rotom into it when it wasn't a Terra Tusk. So, probably do that again.
Yeah. I don't know. If you think Mustang has the matchup,
I think he does.
credit. All right. Castilia is a better player. Let's be real, though. Yep.
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 All right. The Rage 77 versus Skyhorse. Skyhorse entering his, 3rd prime at this point. Loki.
I will
Thoughts?
say, let this influence your pick real quick. The Rage has done like, I believe like 30 plus mocks so far.
Right. He's
Yep.
dedicated to the cause. I get it.
That means he won. Yep.
All right, win rate in these mocks? What are we talking? 100?
We don't gotta mention that one.
90?
But he's getting the sequences. He's
Is it like 30? Like,
yeah.
okay. Okay, dude.
Nah,
Let
the
me
Rage is
actually
gonna
look
put on
at
the
it.
clinic. Yep.
Piloswine looking pretty good here. It's like a Kartana entry point, kinda. But, yeah, Primarina as well. But it does check a few of the top guys. Cart Mirror. Skuntank Talonflame versus Cinderace Salamence. Like, both have pretty decent cart checks, looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Looks like a foul play Nihilego angle. Like, you want something to hit the Metagross, and foul play just is that move.
True. Or
And then the
Hex,
rest of the
maybe.
team is like Loki one shot by Meteor Beam. So yeah.
Well, what about Big Reggie at the bottom there?
What about him?
Like he can run just Def Earthquake, right? That's a okay check.
Yeah, or Earth Power, which is just better here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm,
I feel like the only thing Regigigas is doing here is maybe toxicking Rotom. And then getting
Yeah,
Volt
we've
switched on. Like,
makes sense, yeah.
it's so chill.
I don't know. I think this matchup's actually a little bit favored toward no, I think it's favored towards Sky a little bit, but I like Rage's team I think is really good right now.
Cool.
So
Alright, if we
I
do some
believe in Rage.
insider trading, we're gonna predict the Rage 77. I'm down
Hell
with
yeah.
that.
Yep. Gonna
Alright.
win.
Sammy C versus II. Let's see this one. So the
that how you say it?
DFL II?
I say
Yeah.
IA.
That's wrong, but okay.
Oh, okay. IA.
IA captain. I don't know. I've said II
Okay.
for like 8 years now. He's never corrected me,
okay.
so
Excellent.
I mean,
Let it be known this is the first time we are bringing our Coco team.
yep.
Just saying.
I mean, you made crazy changes at mids, right?
Not to
Or-
this one though. We only changed 2.
Or no, I'm thinking of the Trick of Eye one with the Zard. But anyways,
Yeah, no.
Xurkitree, gonna put you in a pack. You gave it Electric Drain, you fool. Nah,
Freaking
Zerk actually looks really bad here. Like Loki, looks unbringable.
Yeah. Doesn't really beat top 4.
Yeah. Coco's pretty decent, right? Needs to be AV Donphan or Bulu maybe. But also like Donphan also have pressure to check the Zard, so the Coco Zard combo does it again, right? Lots of pressure.
Yeah.
And Serp as well. This is like the adaptation, right? Used to be Coco Zard, Kartana, but you can't really draft that anymore because Cart goes earlier. So Serp is the adaptation. I mean, Serp in terrain, pretty strong, but there is a Torn, Infernape, Beedrill. There's always grass checks, but I don't know. Serp usually finds a way. None of these
Yeah, we'll
guys
take a
like being
para.
glared. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The Crook. There's a Bulu, so... Does it get, like,
Yeah.
poison coverage this gen? I don't think it does, right? Bunk Shot's
I'll
like a
double check.
later gen thing.
We'll double check it real quick. Crook. No, it does not.
Alright, so Hidden Power Poison for
Oh, it gets Sludge Bomb.
37%. Okay, Sludge... Yeah, that's
Sludge
probably
Bomb.
good enough.
What's your special attack? 65.
I mean, it's a Bulu, 4x.
Yep.
Seems
Good night,
reasonable
Bulu.
enough. Yeah. And you have a Bouffalant Fortress as well, so it's not like Bulu 6-0s you. And a Zard, so...
Yeah. I mean, the definitely Beedrill, though, is like fast and it does a lot to our threats.
Oh yeah,
But, like,
Beedrill's a
Fortress, I guess.
major threat. I mean, you need to just helmet it down with 4E Quillfish, right?
Yeah, we have seen a lot of Roost, mostly from Hacker with Mega Beedrill, but like
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that quite a bit. So
Yeah, it could be. I assume
like,
maybe like a
knock-you-turn.
Scarf Pursuit Crook would make
Yeah.
sense here.
yeah,
Just
for
try to
sure.
get that turn right, or if it's like low, you can like checkmate it. I don't know, maybe like some
Yeah.
random Scarfer that II isn't expecting could catch the Beedrill off guard. Like Loki as a Scarf Coco, you could do it, right?
Go.
Don't really need to switch moves here.
Well, what do you not like? Just be spamming U-turn over and over until Donphan's dead.
Pretty much. Like, what else are you doing? I don't know.
Like,
Maybe that's a little bit
yeah.
silly, because Z Fairy looks really good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to give
think-
that up.
Mm-hmm. Like, what's their fairy switch? And it's just these two. Yeah. So
Yeah. Empoleon famous for its ability to come in on Coco unscathed.
Coco.
Yeah. And then on the other side, let's see, Torn. And there's a Coco, but you can always Sludge Wave that. It is Z as well, so like Agility, Z, Poison. Totally an option. Infernape, there's a Quillfish. Like, you could totally run Special or like Mixed here, I think. Or just like SD. Like SD Life
Yeah.
Orb would just one-shot Quill, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it should. Earthquake, Mach Punch, Earthquake, just fire move,
Um,
right? Just hits everything.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, makes sense. A Hydreigon. Yeah, Hydreigon's a big threat as well. A lot of threats on both sides, it looks like. So, in
Yeah,
that
that's
case,
good.
who has the speed advantage? Right, Coco's pretty good. Beetrol, there's more... I mean, you have good checks on both sides to Beetrol and Coco, so what's the next up?
Like Torn and Serp,
Torn, Serp, Infernape.
Azelf. Don't forget about
Yeah,
Azelf.
I will forget about Azel if he's benched.
My God. Is the Azelf about to own?
Real. If it's me, I'm benching Azelf so fast. Not even lying.
Psychic resist. I don't see him.
Oh, I know, it looks good, but I'm benching it. You know what I mean? It's just an Orange thing.
Dazzling Gleam owns the Psychic resist.
It
T-Bolt
does.
owns this one.
Yep.
GG.
You're right.
GG.
And I'm benching it. Because what else are you benching, right? You want to have the top 5 plus 4E or Boof. Surely.
Oh.
Maybe you bench Serp, right? But like, spreading pairs is so nice. You don't
What
bench
about-
Crook. Maybe you do,
What about benching
actually.
Quillfish?
Into the
Thoughts?
B. I mean, then Fortress is your only answer, and once that gets chipped, like you knock it one time and you have no more helmets to switch in.
Check this out. Check this out. Check this out.
Checking it out. I'm checking it out.
Fortress eject button on the
Okay.
Beedrill. Get in Charizard. Win the game. Yep.
Okay.
Game over.
Take a
Literally
poison
game
jab.
over.
Does 70%. You get
Does
poisoned.
nope.
You die to
nope,
Flare Blitz Recoil. Yep.
No. Plus you're earning Fire Punch to kill Beedrill. Yep.
Oh, Fire Punch.
Yep,
Famous
yep,
for
yep,
its
yep,
ability to do 30% to Donphan. Yep.
Okay, but then Donphan doesn't do much back. You know, you
sure?
just burn him.
You sure?
You could just burn him, and then what?
Alright, get toxic. Yep. Rocks going up.
Donphan running
getting
Toxic
roared
here is
around.
insane. You're insane.
Why is it insane? There's a Superior, a Crocodile.
You need spin, you need rocks, you need earthquake.
Yeah, and then you need Toxic. Yep, there's the four
No,
moves.
you run like knockoff or something.
Yeah, knockoff. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We're just
Yeah, or
waffling here.
roar. What about roar? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Rar XD.
yeah. All right, pick your fucking player.
I.
Yeah, you're cooked. You just cooked our pick'ems. Great.
Yeah, my bad. All right, A12 versus low QP. A12 is just better than everyone else, unfortunately, for low QP,
Yup.
and that's not going to change anytime soon.
He does not have Diggersby this time. We'll say that.
Oh, true. So he doesn't have like the stab bonus on his Pokemon, but Lando's
Yeah.
close enough.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I think this is a good matchup for Mr. A12.
Okay, be so for real. Would you rather have a Lando I or a Diggersby in this matchup?
For this matchup specifically,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, probably Landers. I mean, yeah,
exactly.
probably Landers.
But see, A12 in my chat, Diggersby.
Did he?
See, he knows what's
Yeah.
up. But yeah, Landers does look good here.
It does, yeah.
Weavile also looks really fantastic here. You just like Swords Dance, Ice Shard, Knock Off, and like Low Kick. Like,
Sure,
do you
yeah.
need Icicle Crash? I don't think so. Maybe you need.
No,
Maybe
it's
you
the
want it for
things you would-
Sableye.
I mean, knockoff is still fine, I think.
Nah, I don't. Maybe not actually. So maybe you drop Low Kick. Yeah, just run Crash, Shard, Knock. Maybe if you're banded, you go Low Kick over SD. That's fine. Or you go
Mhm.
Pursuit, right? One of those. Is there anything you really need to Pursuit though? I don't think so. I'd rather just be SD, I think.
Okay, but look at Big Dino on the team. Yep.
Yep, the Dino
Pokemon.
Crisis staple, Tyrantrum. He is
The
really
goat.
good here. Head Smash kind of kills 7 Mons, and then Jirachi, gets Earthquaked, the typical stuff.
Yeah. We're
Yo,
gonna be
you
Babiri too.
pursuit the Jirachi into Scarf Head Smash? Thoughts?
Well, leaking. Hello.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Way to leak, man.
Yeah, I forgot you gave me the paste for this exact matchup. Yep.
Yep.
Head Smash just kills everything. Yeah, the move is very strong. As long
Will
as you hit,
Tyrant
right?
be having glasses on? That is the
We'll
question.
find out.
Yep, A12 wins. Next.
Yeah, let's just move on. Got a lot of games to get through. All right, Hydra versus King of Crook. See, how's King of Crook doing so far this series or this season?
I think he's not bad, right?
He's 2-2
Maybe.
right now,
Okay.
whereas Hydra is 3-1.
Hydra the goat.
So a
my
big 1-game advantage to Hydra in the records. Does that mean too much at the end of the day? Not a whole lot, but
I think this matchup's pretty one-sided. I'll let you determine the side.
one-sided. All right, let me put on my thinking glasses. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thundy Mirror. Okay.
Metal mirror.
Yeah.
Like, this is a woe matchup for one of those Pokemon we just said. I'm not kidding.
All right, Melmetal into Slowbro. It's tough.
Keep going.
Thundy. Yeah.
No. Keep going with what it didn't.
Oh, like you mean Slowbro opposing Mel, Lando T, Thundy, Celebi, Incineroar. They all check it. Yeah. I feel like Melmetal always has that problem where just like half the team is a Mel check.
I don't know. This seems pretty bad for.
Oh, if you
Like,
look
I
on the
don't
other
remember.
side, yeah, King of Crooks Melmetal is God. Look at that. So
it's pretty good.
powerful. Yeah. So
Yeah.
someone didn't get the memo when drafting. You have to check Mel with half your team.
Yep.
But anyways. Let's see. I mean, the opposing Mel is
So-
pressured by the Weavile, which is a big threat
Well,
otherwise. Kind of.
I mean, it
There's a
doesn't die
Incineroar
to
as
it
well.
though.
It doesn't die, but like you knock it on the switch, next time you SD, boom.
So if you were the Hydra here, would you bring a metal in this god terrible matchup, or Would you bench it?
Do you need it defensively to check the Crobat? That's the
You tell me.
question. um, you have a Thundy T, which is reasonable enough. Uxie is probably fine. You could bench it. Like, I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah.
But also you could just be like, special attack invested discharge. Fish for it
Oh, the
versus the Slowbro.
goat.
Thoughts?
And maybe just clicking toxic could be better there, but yeah.
Who's to
goat.
say? Who's to say? Yeah, that's fair enough. Would you be like
Yeah.
toxic, iron defense, body press, and then double iron bash?
Could be if you still want to get owned by Celebi though, but yeah.
Yeah, there's no set that doesn't get owned by something. Like, pick and choose what you're gonna not hit, I think.
True.
Now, are webs broken? No, not here. All the
Not
fast guys
really.
are flying.
Broken for Celebi.
Anything on Hydra's team that's a threat? Nidoking?
Yeah, Nido. It's just like the speed, but it's good. Like
It
there's
is
not
slower
really
than
switch-ins.
everything.
Yeah.
Maybe
So.
Snorlax can get something done. I don't know. There is a
Oh,
Mel
God.
though. Like,
Yeah, last time we ran belly drum for the steal and we got outspun. and
yeah,
just
that's on
killed,
you
so.
though. You're like, oh my god, how is this happening? My Snorlax is so fast. Yeah, like 56 speed. Like, come on, bro. You out here with a light jog. I mean,
Yeah,
it
it's a
just
tough
has to
matchup.
be King of Crook matchup. It's just,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Hydra's gonna play her def though.
Yeah, true. Right now, Nala versus Sablo. Are we using this Oras team again? Yep.
So you're freaking saying we're out of the playoffs already. Great. Right.
Am I?
Yep.
You could tie.
Yeah, but we're still out, I think.
Ah, well. You're gonna have to prove me wrong in some of these matchups then. God Tauros Part 2? Question mark?
Did they bring Tauros last time we said it was a god?
Yeah. Last week,
Oh yeah.
Tauros came. And you know what it
Oh,
did?
yeah.
It iron-headed a 19% Gardevoir. Won
That
the game.
chiller.
Yep.
Yep.
He's raw. Um,
Dude, I
Let's
could have
see.
sworn Mega Gardevoir played this draft last time too.
yeah, I think, yeah.
Oh yeah, you just said that.
It
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
guard matchup. Yeah,
Because I remember talking about guard into like this team is pretty strong.
it is.
Did he bring like what did he bring for guard last time? I don't even know.
Guard didn't come out until like 2 turns until the end. It got T-bolted by Zapdos into Ironhead from Tauros.
Lovely.
Basically, the Zard killed everything.
Oh. Can happen again here.
It
Yep.
could. It could happen. I think Trick of Vi will win because the colors look like planet Earth and there's more water than land. What does
Very
that
true.
even mean?
There's more water in your body than land too. Yep.
What are you talking about? Is
He's
it
saying that
waffling
the
hour
green and
already?
blue, it's green for Earth land, and it's blue for water, and there's more water on the Earth than land. Yep.
So because
Therefore,
Greninja is
blue.
blue.
Yep. It's water, and it's
Oh,
gonna
you
win.
mean like these
Yeah,
cells.
the team colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I get it. I thought you were talking about like the Pokemon
Mons.
matchup. Like
Well, there is more blue on this side. That's true,
Yeah?
actually.
the Zard is like vaguely blue, Ren's blue,
Mhm.
but Poliwrath
there
and
is-
Tangrowth is like kind of blue.
Yeah. Anyways. How does Sand do into this team? Yep. GG.
Not good. Like just not good. Maybe you run like Akaberry SD Excadrill. That could be pretty reasonable here.
There's no freaking fire type. Oh wait, never mind.
For like Zapdos and Zard. Yeah, I think there is a fire type, Loki.
Yeah, there is one. Yeah.
Yeah, I just found it. Yeah, you take a Heat Wave from Zapdos to kill with Rock Slide, and then like +2 kind of gets a lot of damage on everything else. Like Uxie can take a hit, but then you're weakening Uxie for your guard. Like seems pretty strong as a combination, right? Guard plus the Sand Aqua Drill.
Yeah, I feel like Zapdos might have to be reserved for Talonflame though, because Talonflame kind of goes crazy, right? If Zap is dead. I mean, there's a Donphan, I guess,
I
but
mean, what else are you going into Excadrill? Like Uxie, and then get
probably
traded on that,
Uxie.
and then you still have to go into something, maybe Donphan. It's still like basically a 2-for-1 trade with Drill, as long as you can get an
Yeah.
SD up.
It can also just be like some toxic crap, since those are the
It
switch-ins.
could be, yeah. You could Toxic, Protect, Sub, whatever, man.
Yeah.
It's like reasonable enough, but then you kind of get owned by like Sub Zapdos or something, and then like, I don't know, Zapdos isn't that threatening here, honestly. T-Tar, Raikou, it's whatever. Zard probably is gonna be like, if it's me, dual stab Brick Break Roost. You don't even need to DD here.
No setup.
What do you need to DD for? Everything faster than you just raw 1v1, no problem.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I guess Talonflame could potentially like Toxic Roost. I don't know how much Dragon Claw does to it.
Probably like 70, if I'm being real. You don't need to stay in to take it if you don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah, Raikou is kind of... Raikou's not terrible here, actually.
Yeah, Raikou as
There's just
usual.
Amoonguss.
But you can sub on Amoonguss, right? Doesn't have ground coverage this gen. No Stomping Tantrum. It's like sub Calm Mind. Low-key sets up on Zapdos, Uxie, Amoonguss. Only really Donphan checks it, and like Zard.
Yeah, but with lefties and HP Ice or whatever it'll do,
Yeah.
it'll whittle it down.
It's pretty reasonable. I'm gonna pred Nala, because I like ties.
Great.
Yep, there we go. We actually went back and forth this whole series. Yep. Alright, now your turn to yap.
My turn for my expertise. Got Kaif, which is J. Ricky.
Yep.
Let's see. Swallow counters Meowscarada. It's over. Okay.
GG.
GG. Alright.
It's a
Oh, just pulled
Swalot.
Swallots. What the fuck?
But ours is a slot 4 Swalot, so it has way more aura.
Yeah. And their Swalot counters your Valiant. Oh my god, this is a Swalot matchup.
This is number 3 Cinevrath.
Okay. Alright, so we have a lot of Hazard stack into a Cinderace, which is always epic.
Yep.
Let's see. Enam, how does Enam look if we ignore Swalot? It's just Goldengo. Cinderace can try to revenge it though.
By the way, I just wanted to say, I always every week wait to build my mocks until after the stream so I can just hear what you say and just put it in my builder. You know what I mean? So this week we're a day early. I'm gonna have my mocks ready a day early. This is so epic.
Yeah. On the real though, like, yeah, Meowscarada is pretty tough for your guys' team. If you don't bring Swalot. Honestly, literally just Stab kind of smokes this team. The Bolt could definitely be like some type of Terra. Let's see, what would it be? Not gonna be water because of Meow. Might be Bug. I like Bug. Bolt here actually. It's not bad. It's not gonna be weak to Enamorous or anything. So I think Bolt makes a lot of sense for J. Ricky's side. Bug for J. Ricky's side still beats the Corviknight, obviously. That's pretty strong. Enam for them. I could see Ground to hit Goldie plus avoid T-Clap, as well as I guess hit Cinder tough. How do they revenge kill Ground? Their water's Claw, no grass.
Goat.
No grass. So yeah, I definitely think Ground plus Bug makes sense for the Terras here. Valiant into this team. They could definitely dedicate Corvi, like it could be Spadef to live 2 T-Bolts from Valiant if they want, if they don't want to bring Swallow up. Other than that though, like, yeah, Valiant looks pretty strong too. Like Valiant plus Cinderace is actually pretty tough. Especially if you use Cinderace to just bait in the Blastoise, so you turn into Bolt is really strong. Um, yeah, I think this matchup does lean actually J-Ricky's here. Bax Caliber could be a problem. But you guys do have either booster speed or Scarfers that are faster, Crook or Val. Golden Go. Yeah, I mean you guys can't. Well, you guys don't really have too much hazards actually. But I was gonna say you can't really stack anyway because they're just toys. So I think this matchup leans towards Ricky. The biggest threat though is gonna be that Meow. So you guys are either gonna have to bring a Terra for it or Swalot. Otherwise, that thing is gonna claim. Maybe like, no, I think you Terra Bolt here. There's no way you Terra Mess for it. Yeah, it should be probably Bug. Bug is not bad. You could be like Boots Bug just to try to come in. The problem is like if they U-turn with Meow on your Bug, like I guess they could go Enam. Like they don't really have a good thing to punish Bug. I'm not gonna lie, actually.
Raging Bug.
Yeah, like literally. So I don't know. I like J Ricky's matchup here a little bit. The only problem is just the Meow, I think.
I think the only problem is that Kaif brought 0 hypnosis users. Like it's just unwinnable.
Sleep is broken. Fuck Sleep. Holy shit. I lost because of Sleep last week. My god.
No way.
Anyways. Next.
Yeah, Blue. The meta has evolved. It's past your prime.
Yep. Anyways, Toxic versus L5. Is this Toxic's first SV game?
I think so.
Might be.
He's played a lot of Swish, but he ran away from Carson. I get it.
I get it. I would never. Anyways, another Bolt. Nope. Holy shit, there's 3 bolts in this series. Nice.
Yeah, all of them.
Okay. Bolt into this team. What Terra is it gonna be first? Yeah, just Dragon. Clefairy's not real, so Dragon's pretty tough. Unless the Great Tusk can go Fairy or something. No, you're not making yourself weaker to Sneasler, so it's not gonna be Fairy Tusk. I don't think it should be at least. So I like Terra Dragon from Toxic side. Tropagos is very epic. Like, yeah, I guess you guys can pivot like Crown maybe, and then just eat a Flamethrower to Volt Switch to break the shell is probably what you can do.
It's just more Clefairy food. Like, what are we kidding ourselves?
Dude, you're not freaking
Raging Bolts, Rapagos, they both doing 35. Like,
get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they can't ever block. They can't block your spin. That was a problem. There's no way they're going unless they want to go like Ghost Avalugg. That could actually kind of be annoying for like Tusk, I guess, and Dragonite. But Darkrai obviously smokes that.
I think it's probably more likely they just bring Ghost Raging Bolt, right?
I don't know though, because I mean maybe.
Because like you probably want the Terra Blast coverage into Crown Mesprit is the idea. And then spin
maybe,
block.
but
Makes a lot of sense.
It's still slower, and even if you spin block, like you're still gonna take a shitload from Tusk after. Like
Clefairy is a well done steak.
I wouldn't. What happened with the steak? Yeah, that's true.
Is this a reference to Zuch's steak preferences? Might just be.
Anyways, Landorus looks pretty bad here. D-Knight and Rotom and Mesprit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Bench that goober.
Yeah, I think they bring top 7 without Landorus. I'm not kidding. Like Avila could actually be annoying for like D-Knight.
Oh, I fear A12 might be several minutes behind. He just hit Banded Cinderace, just kind of wins.
Oh wait, is that the matchup before?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay. Knees, maybe like some, but you have extreme speed though too. I was gonna say maybe some like SD acro set could be not bad here from Sneasler. You would be on a balloon, I'd assume. So I mean, +2 Sneasler does kind of kill everything, unless this Tusk isn't like unless the Tusk Terra is something that's doesn't have super effective coverage. Like it would be like SD acro stab, right? So
oh, Olivia's back. Did Balio have a single winning matchup? They actually had two,
They had two
believe it or not.
actually, Kyle and Peyton.
Yep.
Anyways, mm, I don't know. Like Darkrai looks really good. Darkrai actually looks really
Yeah,
good.
it's so good, dude.
Holy shit.
Look at it.
What do they do for Darkrai?
I think they either need to be like Scarf Sneasler or like a defensive Terran Bolt, maybe.
Like
Like other
what?
than
Like
that,
Terra
it's
even?
really
And then
rough. It's so bad.
there's not even like a Terra that could like Fairy.
Fairy, yeah, Fairy to cover Darkrai, Dragonite, and Tusk, kind of.
Okay, well if I'm the Darkrai, I'm running Sludge Bomb just for that because you don't need like
Mm-hmm.
anything else. Like I guess you could run something for this guy if you want for Samurott,
And
but
Marizzi.
yeah, they can get spikes, but again, you can always spin Soleil unless it's Ghost. So
Fairy to hit
I
Bronzong, OMG.
yeah, I'm gonna lead. I don't know why this says SV2 as a possible answer to pick who wins, but I'm gonna go with L5 for
That's
that one.
me. Let's go.
Yeah. Anyways, we got Ethan, B, and who.
This is a very similar
Okay.
matchup to Who versus Lax, I think. It feels similar, anyways. I guess that's just
Well,
because
the
the
only
Deoxys speed, right?
yeah, that's the only mod. That's
Yeah. Actually, it's barely the same, but
yeah, they do have a spin blocker, which is not real. So,
yeah, the spin blocker
um,
loses to our spinner. So,
yeah.
all good.
Let's see. Honestly, if I'm the Enam though, I think I am just gonna go Terra Fairy here because your resist dies from Moonblast into Earth Power. Both of them, actually.
Hmm.
So they kind of have to be AV Mola to check it, or something with Hydrapple. But there's nothing that resists Fairy Ground, right? So, um, yeah, I think this is gonna be tough to check Enam. Can they punish Mola even? Like if you Moonblast? Yeah, I mean it's gotta be like Mola to initial check the Enam, right? There's no other play to switch in.
Did Balio win last week? Nope. They got 6-2'd by Dinos, right?
Yeah. And even Tusk can kind of still spin even though you have a Pesh because you'd assume like Colbert or Shuka or something. But knockoff into Headlong is like really close to killing even if you're max fit stuff. So I feel like this is a definitely matchup for Ethan here. Mandibuzz is actually pretty solid here actually to check a couple things. But like every time Mandibuzz comes in, you could just get Rotom and then you could do whatever. You can even be like a plot Rotom here, right? Because if the Hydrapple Terra is out of the typing, it's not really a great check either. Okay, and again, Mandibuzz is literally free plot for Rotom. I guess slow U-turn into Meow can stop that. But you might just take an electric move then if you do that. So I don't know. I like Ethan's matchup here. I think I'd go Ethan here, unfortunately.
I can't stop you.
No, you can't.
Can
Can't
only
stop
prove
me,
you
won't stop
wrong.
me. True. Okay. Ooh, banger matchup, banger. Devin, Carson. Carson is one of 2 undefeated players still, I believe.
All right.
Oh, Beso is in the chat. Hell yeah.
Specs, Dragonite, Go Burr. Yep, 8-12 still. 5 minutes behind. I get it.
What the Bex Dragonite?
I mean, the fairy is a Morgrim. Like, if we're being for real.
Well, I think he's talking about like even like Hurricane too. Well,
Yeah.
because there's those. But maybe we should try that one out.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Building a mock team right now with Specs Dragonite.
No, that's not a mock team. That's your team, buddy.
Yeah. Well, what am I gonna do with it? I'm gonna mock with it, and I'm not gonna bring
Oh yeah.
it. So
Yeah. Anyways, in the Generation 8, we have let's see, Carson's Hornatus, pretty epic. I mean, there's Agi plus Nihiligo though, so can't just straight up kill things. Okay, look at like offensive life orb Nidoking.
Alright, so for
There's the
reference,
search.
Devin is 0-3 and Carson is 5-0.
Doesn't matter.
Thoughts?
Devin is still better than that record, I think, but it's okay. And then, again, remember, Slime is playing like they're going hard this week. They need to win this week. Okay. So I do like U-turn into Nido on something like U-turn versus Agi coming in or Nihiligo coming in. Bam, Nidoking with Life Orb comes in. If
Welcome
they
back,
pick their
A12.
if they pick their if they pick their move it's fucking blue. If they pick their move correctly with Nidoking versus like an Agi or a Nihiligo, they do kind of get a kill. So I kind of like that little series there from Carson's side. You turn to Nido with Torn. On the other side, okay, what is your guys' Landorus check? I do not see one.
If they
Emolga
click
with
Earthquake,
Chardy.
we go into Tornadoes, and if they click Stone Edge, we go into Nidoking. Yep,
All right, and if they click Rock Polish,
they won't. It's
true.
impossible.
Okay, so them just not bringing a set is your counterplay. I like it.
I don't actually know. I
Yeah,
assume
I
we'll
think
have
you guys are gonna
something.
need some sort of like Fizdef Necro or Chardy Torn something for that
Potentially, yeah.
because yeah, it makes sense. Mm, Aegis, what the fuck did I say? Aegis Slash.
I get it.
There's a Lax there. It could be Choppel for the Agi. Keldeo doesn't do too much to Bro. I mean, other than Bro, though, Keldeo looks really solid too. I think the combination of just Torn, Nido, Keldeo is really, really strong.
Whoa, there's a lot of gusto in that. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, though, look at Nihiligo in your guys' team. The only resist is Nidoking. So
And
Nidoking can't
Snorlax. Be
come down,
real.
buddy. Because even if you go Snorlax, okay, then what?
Earthquake.
Anyways, no, but I
Yoko
know,
it.
but I'm saying they switch into like Salamence or whatever they have, like free, or
Oh.
like probably just Slowbro, right? Like Slowbro can just come in on Lex. Anyways, so I do like Landorus. It's kind of gonna come down to Landorus plus Nihiligo versus Torn plus Nido, I think. But Keldeo does give you a slight edge as well there. So, I mean, I can see Devin definitely doing screens into Landorus to try to win here, though. I like that a lot, I think. There's web potential. Do they have removal? Yeah, they do.
Court change. Yep.
Love
I
court
feel like this
change.
week we've seen so much Cinderace into like web spike
Yeah,
stack
hazards.
builds.
Yeah. Yeah. For the Preds, I think I'm gonna predict a Devin upset here. Upset alert.
Wow.
Write it down. Yep,
Wow.
we're gonna go Devin here. Big Landers, never let me down.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Pyronox into Gypsy King. I think both these players are doing good, right? Good matchup. Coco. Piloswine. Is that the only electric resist? Yeah. Oh no, and Latios, I guess. Doesn't really count. Alright, so Piloswine's gonna have to put an OT here, looks like.
But if you look at the matchup, it kind of does just put an OT
Yeah, I know, but
by
that's what I'm saying.
default.
It's gonna get hit by a lot of things, I think. Shard is nice here, yeah. Why is there a B barrel? Greninja on the other side. There is. Let's put if Klefki could come. Shark can take a hit. Not a U-turn though. Mawile is literally just Klefki, right? So it's gonna be like maybe Helmet Mawile with Reflect Spikes type angle yard.
There's a Skuntank to trade HP as well. Helmet Aftermath. I think that's their best opportunity into Mawile.
Doesn't Skuntank just die to play Nerf?
It'll live one. Which
Okay.
is all you need, right?
Yeah. Latios doesn't look bad, but it does get revenge by Shark plus Coco. Um, Thunderous can just HP Ice, Landorus, and then maybe run Psychic for more damage on Como if it wants. Well, no, it's kind of needs Sludge Wave too, right? For Serp Coco.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I feel like they're gonna spike stack you guys. I know like you have two threat. Your Z moves are off the ground, but everything else isn't. And your removers are those two Pokemon as well, which aren't like great removals. So I feel like spike stack is solid. And then I mean, yeah, I think they have to run Z Coco here and just use it for Mawile. Because like that's like one of the few things that can live like a +2 sucker. I think. Can it even live +2 sucker? I think it can.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. And then they'll either have like just U-turn or Grass Knot to try to chip the Pilo down. And then Dazzling Gleam as the last, probably. So I don't know. You guys could obviously use P2 as well to check Coco a little bit. P2 is actually not too bad here, honestly, for the top 3. Holy shit.
Yeah, not too bad might be the biggest understatement ever.
Yeah, I like P2 here.
What
Like
actually
they only have
beats
these
it?
two.
It's only Como.
And Shark. Shark will do a lot to
Does
it.
it? Does it beat
But
a 1v1? I don't think so.
that's another reason though why I think again Spikes is really good here from
Mm-hmm.
Klefki. They should be Spikes here.
I think they really need spikes up to get anything done. Their whole team is
Yeah.
like low-key kind of weak into ours. Like they don't do damage outside of
Well,
maybe like Shark.
I mean, look at Superior though.
Yeah,
Like,
Serp's
what's your guys switching
decent.
to Superior? You don't really have one. Like, if they just run Leaf Storm and then Hidden Power, they can do Hidden Power Fire. They don't even really need Hidden Power Ice, to be honest, because they'll have Dragon Pulse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's pretty strong, actually. It's
Yeah.
faster than everything, right, besides Grand, so.
Good
I could
Serp
see
matchup for
Spikes
sure.
plus, like, yeah, Coco plus Serp trying to win here. But Gren. Yeah, they don't really switch into Greninja too well. You guys can easily run Spikes yourself, actually, as well. Right? Like, it's just Lando. Yeah. And if they want to Fog, then they get rid of their own Spikes. So, yeah, I'd probably do that from you guys, too. Spikes, Gren, into just these 3. And then have Pylo plus Porygon be the defense, of course. I think it's pretty even matchup, so I'll give it to Gypsy just player-wise. It's fine. Okay.
Oh my god, is that a DPL debut?
Holy shit, Dr. Geo. The GOAT. Into Am, who's having a really good season, so let's see. Keldeo, yup.
Yeah, typical.
Okay, but one side has Torn and Venusaur to check the Keldeo.
Yeah.
This side has Lottie.
Lottie Tentacruel.
Yeah. Oh, this is a freaking rain team. Okay.
Yeah, so these Hurricanes, they hitting. And where's the Flying Resist? Oh. Oh. Where is it? The Flying Resist is Pursuit Weavile. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
I'd probably just be bulky then with Torn. You don't need to be like max special attack, right?
Maybe.
Hurricane's still gonna 2-shot pretty much. Majority, I think. Cresselia can kind of check the Swampert a little bit here. So can Venusaur, I guess, right? I don't know how much Earthquake does, but if it's Fizz, probably not a 2-shot, right?
If it's Fizdev, maybe like 40s, somewhere around there. Like Pert is strong, but Venu's also
yeah,
bulky.
it's close. So if they get Rocks up there, then it's pretty much a 2-shot. I mean, there's also a Skarmory though.
There's a Skarm. There's, yeah.
Does Scarf Torn outspeed Swampert actually? If it does, I would probably run that actually.
I think it does, yeah.
Yeah, I would run that for sure. Okay. Crook can get rid of the Lottie if it wants actually too. And then Keldeo just clicks, literally. Like Tentacruel, I guess Tentacruel can check it a little bit, but it's only a matter of time.
I mean, they both kind of beat each other in a sense, right? Keldeo and Tentacruel, where neither of them is really forced to switch.
Yeah, but I'm saying you can just go into like something else.
You could, yeah. But also, like, you
Yeah,
could just brute
whatever.
force it if you really want to.
Hmm. I mean, I think there's enough defensive checks or even Scarf Torn for the rain to where I think Geo's team will eventually just kill the rain setter and then just win. The one saving grace is Weavile, but they can very easily just hold on to the Skarm for that if they want.
Yeah, Skarm, Scrafty, even Keldeo, right? All of them are good into Weavo.
Yep. Let's go Geo upset. Fuck it. I trust
Not
you
an
guys will
upset,
support his
chat.
team. Okay, okay,
Anyways,
okay.
Dawn versus
On
Lucas.
into yeah. Okay, so I actually oh wait, no. I think Lucas played a water ogre already though. I think with this team. Not sure. Because I think I remember talking about it. I think water ogre does look really good. Again, the resist is bolt free Terra, and then Iraq when he just takes too much from a grass move, I think. So, yeah, really good. I think this bolt should be probably Terra. Mm, what is their bolt check, bruh? Like, I guess just ogre, huh? I mean, it can be just grass. Grass isn't bad. I could still thunderclap the Cinderace. Mm, okay. Yeah. I think it should be something to help with pawn. I mean, it could be just dragon too. Like fairies, the two dragon resist will take a lot from Thunderbolt. So I can see dragon here as well. Mm, again, we have webs into court change, spikes into court change. So
Yeah,
probably
another
not gonna.
one.
Yeah, probably not gonna be running too much of those. Dawn can choose to run spikes himself, though. Your guys is just defog Corv, and every time a Corv comes in, you could just go hard ogre and click a button. Or Cinderace even. Like, there isn't really great Cinderace responses, huh? Just Pesherant. I guess our Echo Nid, but that gets chipped over time. So I kind of like the spikes and then Ogre Pawn Cinderace offensive angle here. But I could see like Dragon Bolt being a problem. Like it should just really claim. And even if Golden Go comes in, okay, you have a Ding though. So it's not really the end of the world. So Jirachi, yeah, I think Cinderace plus Ogerpon's gonna get it done here, and they have double spikers. So, what's your guys' removal? Yeah, like I said, it's just defog.
Just
So,
Corv, yeah.
If I'm Lucas, I'm going boot spam here, expecting to get spiked, but I think Don will pull it out with the win here. All right, Rob, Zing, Gen 8.
Yep.
How many freaking Tornadoes are we playing with this freaking, like, holy shit. Okay, anyways. Torn. Yep. If I'm the Torn here, I'm running. Actually, I don't know yet. Let me see.
Last week we played a Torn and it was AV versus this team. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't really agree with that, to be honest. I mean, it's not bad because that means you can just
It's
check
for
these two
like
guys.
Keldeo Lele.
Yeah, maybe you run Psyshock then if you want
Hmm.
to do a little bit more. I'm not sure. Um, I think you guys brought a Electabuzz.
We did
Did you?
offensive Electabuzz.
Yeah. I don't know about for this week. There's a big red period there, but maybe. Um. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh wow.
So, I don't know if you guys could see
Allegedly, I
there.
won't see this message from TSP. Allegedly.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, I don't see an Ega slash counterplay. So, with that being said, they're gonna have to be like maybe a Scarf Torn with foul play or a Scarf Victini, which I don't even know if that outspeeds Autotomize Ega slash. It might. Um,
Uh,
but
it
there is quite
does, I think.
literally,
Base
yeah.
100 Scarfer. I think it
But
outspeeds AG.
even then, it could just be Shadow Sneak because holy shit, there's no Ghost Resist. So,
Mm-hmm.
and they could choose to be physical, so you can't even run like an Assault Vest to protect you. Um, I actually probably would run physical here, I think, if I'm them. Just Shadow Claw spamming and Sneak spamming. Like, you can run SD, you can run King Shield. That's really all you need here.
You also
So
run the
that's really
CC
strong.
for Rhyperior and like
Can, yep.
Cobalion. Yeah.
Yeah. Spiritomb could try to come in and trap it, though, because it probably doesn't die to one. But,
Trap. Can
yeah,
you
it's...
swish?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, yeah. It is
Never
purple. You know,
mind.
it's color coded for you.
True, 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 true. Yeah, no. I guess I should win this game. Landorus, kind of a shitty matchup, won't lie. Torn, Rotom, D-Knight. But it's still Sword and Shield Landorus, which is God. So it's still gonna come and do something. You guys have a Mandibus to kind of scout the Victini set, which is nice. Can D-Knight do anything? No, not really. No, yeah, this is a Zing one, I think. I gotta overthink it.
Nice.
Will-O-Wisp
That's
on the
my
D-Knight. Yep.
co-cav. Yes.
Yeah. Genius X is winning this one. Nice. You guys knocked out Slime Season. Now they won't try in their week 7 matchup versus us. Good job.
You say Will-O-Wisp into the D-Knight?
Did I? I don't know. Where? Will-O-Wisp into the D-Knight. Yeah. Does it get Will-O-Wisp this gen or no?
I think it's a Gen 9 exclusive.
Oh. Okay, well, if they were playing Gen 9, they would do that.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Anyways.
Hypothetically. Alright,
ZFG.
last one.
That one.
Pardon the Eruption versus Skrelpy McSkrelper Mock Kelp. Yep.
Must win for Skrelp.
Yeah.
Pardon, they just need a tie to
kinda
clinch.
locked. Like, realistically, they locked.
Yep.
And Zarude has won this first matchup. Yep.
Zarude.
These run Terra Fairy.
Well, they could be... Well, they should be electric, right?
Could be what?
There's
Yeah.
one.
This team from Volt Ninja is so, like... It screams at you, please run Terra Electric, please, please, please. And you just be like, okay. I will.
Yeah, it could be AV, because they agency played me when I had a Greninja, and he was AV as well. So, could be just AV electric. But that doesn't really beat Zapdos. Like, it kind of does, but it could kind of roost.
It doesn't really, you know? It's like,
yeah,
kind of a stalemate.
Yeah.
I feel like the Torn probably just runs Nasty Plot here, right?
It could, yeah.
Maybe like bulky Nasty Plot is potential here, but definitely bulky Terra Electric makes the most sense, I think.
Yeah, they can just be Mana Buzz, like, for Greninja check, kind of. Or even Pram, like, they have fine Greninja checks, so.
Yeah.
I know Agency does love to spike stack, so, and they can because Donovan can't really do much to Rotom to spin, so definitely see spikes from Ogerpon coming out here, or Chomp. Yeah, oh my god, look at Chomp. There's
Chomp
only one
looks
resist.
really good. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Balloon Tinkaton time? It's definitely possible.
Yeah, it could be Fairies Root too, like you said.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah.
Because you want the Terra Blast into Mana Buzz, and you want the Chomp resist, and like versus Metagross, you can just knock it off if it's in range anyways. You're not as worried about weakening yourself there.
And Arbok.
Huh?
And Arbok. What about that?
What?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm going through a tunnel right
Arbok.
now. Hello?
Intimidate.
Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
Might run Clear Amulet for that.
Yeah, gotta prep super heavy for the Arbok here.
Latios. There's a Metagross. Prim. Not great.
Latios is like, it's alright here.
It's not terrible, yeah. It's good.
It's just okay. Like, it's not gonna just raw win the game, but it's also like, you have to prep for it. Like, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I could see Battle Bunker Ninja winning here. With just Poison Stab. That's
Sludge
kind of how he's doing, I think.
Or Gunk Shot.
Yeah, agree.
You could be SD here.
Dude, I freaking had that on mine.
Gunk.
And then I freaking changed it to some whack spike set.
Wow, you are ass.
I am ass.
Yeah, unlucky.
So, I think it's going to be grind or bust here. I mean, Zarude's not bad either, but I think he's got too many things that are faster with good matchups too. So, I like Agency's matchup, I think, a little bit more. Will we see the Zapdos Garchomp interaction again? I'm
I
just
feel like
missing.
if the Zarude is Terra Fairy, it should win. But if it's not, then Garchomp should win. You know, so it's like, do they bring the right set? That's my question.
Well, even Torn though, like Torn plots on the Zapdos, what do they do? You don't have anything.
Yeah. Like,
Uh,
go to AV
I think,
Donphan, live the grass knot, EQ it. Yep.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go Agency, I think here.
That's fair enough.
He's on a roll, 2-0. So
Mm-hmm. Best midseason pickup? There's a lot of
potentially.
competition this season, actually.
True. True,
Hear
true.
that?
Last
All right.
season I think it was like 1-2 Marshy or something.
Yeah,
1-1
it
Marshy.
was like J-Scurf, I think. Was it?
Yeah, just here for Marshy. They're like 1-1, I think.
Yeah, I think J-Scurf went 1-1 and won the award. Yeah, poverty.
Okay.
But anyways, Undead versus Impulse. All right. Another Blissey.
Torn.
Yep.
Another Torn versus Rude, literally. What the fuck?
Oh my god, we just saw this one.
Another Spikes into Cinderace.
Again, yeah. Why did Cinderace just had God slotting this week, I swear.
Yeah.
Um Honestly, I think when Tinglu comes in, you just go Gliscor and you trade Spike. Right? Because I feel like you could just run boot spam with Gliscor and just outlast Undead.
Yeah, I mean he does have the spinner though, and he can't block the spin. Oh no, he
There's
can.
a whole ass Goldango.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, Spike's definitely favor Impulse then. Hmm. The Zarude, what's the Zarude gonna tear here? What's the knockoff resist? Granbull and Tinglu? Oh, and Terrakion, I guess. So it could literally just be Fairy again. If it wants to be here.
Yeah, it could be.
Cause what's the Torn gonna Terra here? It's not gonna be Poison.
I could see a Terra Dark to get stronger knockoffs and check DOS a little bit better, and you like maybe threaten Goldango a little bit more, and you really want to remove boots. So getting the boost on your knockoff seems reasonable.
Yeah, I can see that.
It could also just be like
Terra Water isn't like terrible either.
yeah, Cinderace. I don't know, I
Cinderace
wouldn't do
Golden doesn't
that.
really do much. I don't know. Yeah, could just be like something to try to check the Zarude. I don't really
Yeah.
know what you'd be though. Like, yeah, I don't know.
The options are not very
Endless.
much.
Jirachi doesn't really do anything to Gliscor. Golden though. Yeah, I don't know. This is I don't really think a lot of Pokemon have great matchups here.
Maybe this is just an
Eo?
offensive
No.
torn matchup.
I really think it has to be. They don't have any other like strong offensive like Terrakion is like
Yeah,
there's a
it feels
Gliscor
like
plus Weezing plus Golding now.
I'm thinking maybe you just run Terra Flying.
What's the resist? Goldie?
Yeah,
Blissey?
Goldango Blissey. And like you have Heat Wave for Goldango. If Blissey comes, that's just more spikes for Tinglu, in theory.
Yeah, I agree. Though they do have Defog and Court Change, so like
Yeah, it's like not the greatest reward.
yeah. I mean I guess you could they have a way to like do a lot to Blissey, but they can't switch it in really. I guess Rotom can kinda come in versus Blissey, right? It doesn't get like toxic or anything, it only gets Thunderwave and you can
No.
just set up screens or
It gets
something.
Shadow Ball. Like that's it.
Yeah. So I mean they have decent switch like punish things. I think 'cause if you just have screens, I think you just Volt Switch into whatever.
I think it's Impulse favored for sure.
Yeah, that's fine. I think it's close, but I'll go to Impulse here.
Right, Sub-Zero Palkia.
Okay. Iron Moth Mirror.
Hmm.
Uh, They can block. Both sides can block. Well, Palkia can block spin, which is nice.
Zapdos
That's their
can
only form
punish
of removal.
defog, but uh,
Yeah, but they don't even have like. Oh, they have spikes with Qwilfish, I guess. I guess Qwilfish can come for Dio if it wants,
yeah, it
but
can.
I kind of
Mm.
like Terra Annihilate here actually, right? Like if you just look at its stabs, doesn't even need the Terra extra typing. It just kills everything, right?
Yeah.
So and it can't intimidate it. Obviously, you know that. mm,
You just can go for your pure defensive typing. You don't need to worry about Terra Blast coverage options. Like,
yeah, like you could do like even you can do like poison or something if you want to avoid getting poisoned, or like you can do water as a solid defensive typing here, I think.
I think I like water here.
Yeah. Grass dies first and there's no electric
Yeah, you
types,
cover
so
the Empoleon, you cover the Moth. Yeah, I like water Spadef. Bulk up. Maybe not Spadef
yeah.
bulk up, but like bulk up in general. The Drain
Like
Punch
maybe
versus a lot of these guys.
maybe the moth can go Terra Grass or something. But
I mean,
then
what is
it's
that
weak.
even for? It's just for the Water Annihilate. There's no guarantee it's going to be that set. Otherwise, it's just a wasted slot.
Well, it's like a defensive typing for Chomp and Moth. I'm sorry, not Moth. Um, for Chomp mostly. Because like if you look at Palkia's side, what's their Iron Moth switching? Is it Mandibuzz? Doesn't do anything to it. So there's no
Wait,
Iron Moth like
I thought you were talking about the
counterplay.
other Moth.
Yeah, I'm saying this one could go grass, but I'm saying like so because like what Terra is this moth gonna go if it's not grass? It doesn't need to beat anything on this team, on Palkia's
It
team.
could very reasonably be a Fairy Dazzling Gleam, just to one-shot Garchomp and like do a lot to Mandibuzz.
But then
It's
you're
very
making yourself
reasonable.
like could get revenged by the own moth.
I mean,
Like what if they just go like fire? Just a literally fire move. The only fire
yeah,
resist is moth and chomp.
could do, but Chomp is a pretty good one.
Do you think they go Spadef Garchomp here for Iron Moth?
It could be AV, like that's totally reasonable into Terapagos, Iron Moth. And like you're never gonna get a SD Garchomp sweep in front of like Piloswine Ice Shard, Roaring Moon Terap Revenge. Like
Yeah.
I would either be AV Chomp or just try to spike stack.
Yeah, and just let Zapdos kill itself too or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have to use Mandibuzz for Moon, it looks like. Mm. I mean, I don't know. They could also Terra Moth instead of Annihilate if they want.
Yeah. Either Roaring
But
Moon
like,
matchup, it's like just Mandibuzz, right?
yeah. Yeah, literally.
And Mandibuzz doesn't exactly like raw 1v1 it.
No, I could just Toxic though. Or
Mm-hmm.
U-turn it. Whatever. I don't know. This is a tough one. Like, I don't really know. Nothing like sticks out like, holy shit, this just wins. So,
Yeah, it's like,
the Annihilate is like the closest thing, I think.
mm-hmm. Who are we giving it to?
I don't know.
Flip a coin?
Flip a coin is crazy. We can't let our pick'ems be based on luck.
Right. That'd be crazy.
Okay.
Alright, coin said Sub-Zero wins. Just kidding.
Yeah, I
I
think
didn't flip a coin.
well, I think I am gonna go Sub-Zero here slightly.
Mm-hmm.
They just have to really just have something for Annihilate. It can just be like Qwilfish with Poison Point and just like Toxic in it down with Pain Split so you don't actually hit it.
Yeah,
Could
there's
be a
like
thing.
options, but
Ace too.
yeah.
So I'll go Qwilfish. I'll go Sub-Zero here.
TSP is actually a hater in my chat today. I can't believe it.
Someone
Actually, I
ban this
can
guy.
believe it. I can believe it so easily. Alright. Glop versus Addison, maybe the most anticipated Swish matchup of the tournament, right? And this is probably number one and number
Uh,
two in the format, low key.
wasn't there a good one with like Genius too or something a couple weeks ago, or maybe?
Yeah, Genius has been like rigging versus the good players.
Yeah.
But like Glop versus Addison going into the season, this is what I was looking forward to.
Right.
Yeah, Glop not having the greatest season, 1-3, but Addison 4-1 right now.
Yep. Killing it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and to be
The
fair, Glop totally should be a little bit better record. It's been kind of that Gyarados set. Unlucky,
oh
right?
my. Yeah, but he also shouldn't have like
I know. But
made a
like
mistake. So
he wins that 99 times out of 100, you know, that position.
could have been 100. Just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways.
I get it. I'm sure he gets it too, but I'm just saying.
Just making sure.
Yep.
Okay. So the G Darm resist is Victini.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Corviknight gets 2-shot, right?
I banned it,
So
yeah.
yeah, and I mean, it could be scarfed. Like after rocks, it's probably close to 2-shotting it anyway.
Well, is it gonna be Scarf or Banded? Let's see. If it is
I like,
Banded, how are you getting it in? Like, what are your
yeah,
targets to kill?
I,
Not a whole
I like
lot.
scarf. Yeah, I like scarf here
Yeah, Scarf just seems way more reliable.
because the
IMO
likely
opinion.
scarfers to revenge it, they don't switch in. Like they just die. So besides Victini, like I said, I guess so.
And that's still taking a lot. And if it's Scarf Victini, you're taking rocks as well.
Yeah, and there's a Feeny, so you can't even really like lock into a great move. So
Yeah, there's also Latios. Scrafty as well can like potentially check Victini. But, I mean, Dazzling Gleam follow up, but yeah.
Coco into Steelix is rough.
Mm-hmm.
I Dragon again. There's a Feeny, this and a Scrafty. This looks freaking rough. Holy shit.
This is just an Addison win, I think.
Yeah, like
It looks pretty
even
dominant
like
in the matchup.
me and Shell, like there's so many fighting resists. What the
This team
not
just
for
hates
fighting
fighting
resists.
types. Yeah,
So I
it's
think
personal.
this is pretty hard. Addy favored.
Yeah. Sorry, Glop.
Okay. Alright, Glob. 1-4.
Yeah.
You'll bounce back. You got playoffs.
Yep. Alright. Hunter versus Bobbert. Zera Mirror.
Love it. Who has the better Zera counter? Sunfist Tangler
Camerups
versus Camerup.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So Hunter wins. GG.
Sea Dragon to bop the Uxie or Rotom makes sense.
I look at Bobbert's team, like, where did all the points go? You know what I mean? Just me?
Stard and Zera. Yeah.
But like,
Weavile is expensive too, right?
yeah. Like, is this the best we could afford? That's just the vibe I get from the team.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that team. Gonna have to talk with Zazo after this one. Anyways, Spike Stack as well. Potential from Hunter side. The removal is Klefki Rotom. They need to remove too because there's a freaking Charizard.
Or you just lead Zard. But like, lead into Diancie, that's rough. Lead into Garchomp, that's rough.
I feel like Stunfisk might lead too.
Yeah. I think you probably keep the Stunfisk healthy to come in on Zera.
Yeah,
Maybe.
if they have it for that.
Or
Yeah.
come in on like Klefki for Rock's opportunity.
Freaking. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was gonna say Weavile looks not bad, but still, these two are tough to get by. Maybe like SDZ Dark Weavile can knock one of them out. I'm not sure. Because I don't think I'd run Z on Zera from Bobbert's side. I think Z Weavile actually has some merit here.
Yeah,
To get
you want the
past
Z
the
to get through
text.
Pex. Or you could be
Yeah.
that set that we saw earlier in the season where it's like bulky sub SD Weavile.
Oh my god.
You
That
sub on
freaking
Toxapex.
yeah,
And then
same
you
here.
pressure stall hazes.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out.
I mean, shout out, definitely shout out with Shard as the last move. Sub SD.
Knock
Two
off
attacks.
Shard. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could do that. Like you totally could.
Leaking. Bobbert, take notes. Is he here? Probably not.
We're furiously writing this down. uh,
um. I mean, other than that, though, I don't know. I like Hunter's matchup. I think
I think
Zera
so
kind of
as
goes
well.
crazy. There's a freaking
Yeah,
camera up. Like, okay,
just Hunter.
yeah,
Right, Josh versus Zazo, big matchup, honestly.
big matchup. Big matchup.
Big
Big
matchup.
matchup.
Yep. Josh has been on a
Okay.
tear recently, so
Yep. Damn right.
as usual for him, like this is normal.
It is true. Togekiss is the chomp check. Looks like. Or Landers, but Landers is probably better offensively. Mm. Okay, Manectric kind of goes hard too. Not lying here. Like just volt switching around is very annoying for Josh, I think.
Yeah, you don't even need like overheat necessarily. I guess you
You
still
don't
want
literally.
it for the
You can literally
Jirachi.
just run like Volt, T-Bolt, HP Ice, and then last move can literally just be like Toxic or some garbage.
It's probably
Like
still overheat if we're being real.
for
Like,
Jirachi to nuke
yeah,
it?
Jirachi, yeah.
Maybe. That's not a big deal. Yeah, I mean you can just Volt Switch into Scrafty though, too, but
You
get a
could
free
also be
knock.
like Toxic Protect, Volt Ice, if you wanted to be like a bulkier main.
But you're owned by Clefable then.
You are, yeah.
So regardless, I think just spamming Volt Switch is the way here.
Yeah, probably. Like, main is really strong.
What do you think about like Bandit Landorus here? Just to like literally just kill
Vandorus.
Clefable. Yeah.
It'll 2-hit
Like
KO, but
all you need is one prediction and then everything else
I'd
just
rather
dies to Earthquake.
I'd rather just be Earthplate, no?
Yeah, if it does enough, like the Volt Switch into EQ, does that kill Clefable? Probably. Sure.
Volt Switch into EQ won't kill with just Earthplate, I don't think, but it'll be really close. And like, you could
Yeah,
just Volt into Jirachi as well.
that's true. Yeah.
Like, you have options. Jirachi rocks up as they get forced into Zapdos. Slow U-turn. I mean, what comes in on
Yeah.
the Zapdos, though? Like, what actually 1v1s it? Not a whole lot.
You need Manectric, really.
Manectric, though, you can just stay in a Zapdos. Unless you get Toxic, it's really fine. If you're getting
hmm
Toxic, you're trading a Toxic.
Yeah. I guess maybe Scrafty can, because you don't really run flying coverage, right? Too
Yeah,
much.
he just gets Air Cutter this gen. Like, HP flying.
HP flying, yeah. Yeah, they probably need Scrafty with like Shedskin for that, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Then
Yeah, I don't
Scrafty just
know.
invites the Clef back in.
I don't know.
Blastoise can also come in on that. Yeah,
Zazo does have like the speed control for once here. Like their
he
fastest guy is
does.
actually Sweat Sneasel and
Yeah,
then Garchomp, so like Sneasel could definitely gum. Like it's not terrible actually if you look at top four. um,
yeah, but then you look at the
but
bottom four and you're like, wow.
yeah, he's
Bullfish,
just
main
knock off.
Scrafty, triple Intim. There's also another Intim with the Lando T, like 4 Intims. Kind of rough.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you could bench bottom too. Like Ice Shard could definitely be clutch. I think
It could be,
so. Um,
would
I
you,
think this matchup is like Sazo like favored in a little bit here. I
I
won't
think so
lie.
as well. Would you rather have Quilladin or Sneasel?
What's Quilladin for? Like Landers or this guy?
Spikes up.
Spikes. How do they remove it? Defog. Bin. Yeah.
Also, just like Super Fang in general.
Yeah. Maybe Claydol can show up here. Actually, it's like it could be like Hidden Power Ice with like Earth Power or
Could be.
something.
Yeah.
With Spin or Rocks. I don't know. I think Zazo has this a little bit. I'll go Zazo
Yeah,
here. I
I'll say
think.
Zazo's favored.
Let's go Zazo.
Boom.
Okay. Debut for creator of some, I believe, versus
So
Pedox.
we're just to get this straight, we're predicting against both of the undefeated players, and we're trying to predict correctly, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just double
This
checking.
is gonna be a of all time. Don't worry.
Yep. Paddox versus creator of some.
Okay. We are in Generation 8.
We are.
Okay. Keldeo has a not great matchup here with Feeny Torn.
Trying. Yeah.
What? Trying, yeah.
Yeah, we're trying our best.
Mm, Necrozma kind of smokes. Holy shit.
Yeah, how does he beat
All it needs is
Necrozma?
Heat Wave. I mean, he's got things that are faster, but there's no counterplay, especially if it's like Dragon Dance too. Like, how do you beat that?
Like DD Photon
Photon and
Earthquake for
literally like knock
Jirachi?
off. Knock off. Or you could just do a fighting move to hit Weavile plus Rachi. Like, Rachi will get weakened over time. Like, it's. I think Necro's gonna has a really solid matchup here.
Yeah, you could also just be like auto special with Photon Heatwave. Also really
Yeah,
strong.
Meteor Beam. Yep. Smoked.
Yeah.
Literally smoked.
Yeah, really strong
Uh,
Necro matchup. Kartana, a little bit less strong, right? Buzzwole Torn, about as good as you could
Buzzwole
ask
Torn.
for.
Yeah.
uh,
And you can check the Keldeo. Yada yada yada.
mhm.
Well, Weavile on the other side.
Seems like it's
Where
just
is
gonna
the
be a bulky
counterplay?
Keldeo.
Yeah, it's just Keldeo.
You could use the Keldeo to check Weavile and then Endeavor the Feeny. That's a play you could do.
Perhaps. But then once Keldeo is low or dead, Weavile does kind of go crazy.
Yeah, so probably Scarf Cart to keep it in check, and also just Scarf is your best set into Torn anyways. Just do a KO
Yeah,
with
just get the
Smart
knock.
Strike. Like
Hmm.
Smart Strike resists, where are they? It's just Jirachi, right?
I mean, Buzzwole tanks probably, but yeah.
Yeah, but a pretty free click.
Yeah. I mean, even like Vaporeon just to like support the Necro with like Wish into it and Heal Bell is
Mm-hmm.
really strong.
Could
Or
see
you
a
can even go
Screens
Screens.
Rotom, maybe?
Yeah. Hmm. Plus, like maybe like just like offensive Dragonite too. DD. D-Knight
Yeah.
with E speed. Like, not bad. E speed flying move.
Yeah,
What?
dual wing
Earthquake.
beats. Yeah,
Like, it could
seems pretty
literally just be
strong.
like set up Necro D-Knight, no recovery, just like 3 attacks coverage wise.
Yeah, I definitely
Just
see like an
smoke.
offense build from Creator here. Like top three,
Yeah.
all really good offensively. Like Kartana
Yeah.
revenges stuff, Necro, D-Knight, threaten sweeps.
Hmm. I think we can go creator here. Upset alert.
Upset
Upset alert.
alert, upset
Running has
alert.
lost the series.
Alright. Wow. 5-2. Alright, Slick
Yep.
Panther versus Rye. Has Rye used a
Okay.
different team than this one? I feel like he's used
I
this every week.
I think 1 week he used a different team, but that's it.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at it.
Hornlade classic.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Mesprit though for the Lade. What's for Torn? Nothing.
Crook owns this team. Like super owns.
Yeah, the Dark Resist is Greninja. Yeah.
Yeah. You just
So,
run Scarf Moxie, I think, and it's like so easy to
the crunch. Yeah.
yeah.
They got to be like, does Fizdef Roselia take 2 crunches? I don't know.
Exactly TSP. This guy gets it.
Fizdef Blastoise maybe to not just get 2 shot for 1 time. I don't know.
Yeah. But then Rose comes in and spikes up on your spinner, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Why is
And you can
Rose
just use.
actually Thanos as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's a Metagross, but it just gets spikes up, and it could check the Greninja.
Mm-hmm.
That's really all you need. I guess Zard can kind of win, like it always can,
Yeah,
right?
if the Crook is Scarf, then that takes away like the defensive Crook option in Zard. You run
Yeah,
like
because like
Helmet
so,
Hitmontop or something, like I don't
yeah, the
know,
fire
man.
resist is Volk,
It's a
so
little bit dire. Maybe you
Scarf
just run like
Archeops.
Helmet T-Wave Klefki and you just chip it, you know? T-Wave it, and something else will pick up the pieces. Honestly, that's
Maybe.
not even that bad of a plan.
Yeah, or like Scarf Archeops, literally.
Yeah, true.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Crook matchup is pretty insane though.
Yeah.
And then just Late was there to like,
The late is also super strong into this. He just
yeah, it's
runs
just Mesprit.
Drain Punch knockoff, and you can run 2 other moves.
That would be like a very bulky Late here, honestly.
Yeah, you could run double
So you
fighting
don't
move
die to
as
like,
well if you want to.
yeah, because nothing actually OHKOs it besides maybe Charizard if you're bulky, right? That's the
Yeah,
only thing.
so if you're like bulk up, or just bulky SD. Seems really strong.
Yep. Agree.
Maybe like Colbur, Foul Play, Mesprit is your best option into that. Maybe Scarf, Metagross. Maybe like Power Herb, Fly, Thundurus, but that's definitely not good. Maybe just HP Flying, Life Orb would also be reasonable. Because then you hit Hitmontop and Roserade pretty hard as well. Yeah, like HP Flying is pretty strong into that team.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah. Or, you know, Bulk Up, Rest Talk, Fly, patented set. Folks, do not try this at home. I'm warning you.
Yeah, I think this is definitely Slick. No question.
Dougal loves Fly, Lando Eye. So true.
Oh, he loves Fly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So close series.
That's all.
But with these predictions, that does mean Pardon is not guaranteed in.
Ooh.
Take note, they got to beat Balio.
That'll be a really high stakes game. Yep.
Very nice.
Oh my
Very
God.
nice.
Right, that's gonna be it.
Close series. Yeah, all around.
All right, folks. If you want to help decide what emotes get added, because we hit a bunch of members today, 27. That's actually quite a lot. I appreciate all that. And that opens up some more emote slots. And we have a 1K sub like thing to plan as well. So, yeah, drop some suggestions. We'll see.
Steak review.
What?
Steak reviews.
Wow, medium rare is so good.
Yep.
Any
No,
stream,
people
but I
cook
just
their own
got here.
steaks.
Oh man, good timing, man.
Good timing.
Yeah.
Missed a banger.
Dude, I had at the restaurant I work at, they ordered 2 steak salads for one table. One of them was medium well, one of them was well done. And I was like, "Yep, Zooch just came to my restaurant." That's awesome.
Dude, salad with steak is actually really good though.
Yeah.
No lie.
True.
Well, okay, but what dressing do you put on that? If there's steak in there.
I don't know. It used to
If
have
it was
like
you, if it was you, what would you?
That one used to have a raspberry dressing, but I think they stopped stocking that or whatever. So now it's like some generic stuff, whatever.
I just get the balsamic vinaigrette. Yep. Yep.
Right. Anyways.
Dougal, he predicted us to tie a rope.
yeah, I did do that. Look at that. If only Nathan was slotted in Oras, then I think, you know, you'd be able to win.
You literally predicted both of our Oras to win, so I don't know what this guy is yapping about.
Sorry, misclick. But anyways, let me just see ya.